right. Shalom. Hey, we the Hebrew Israelites out here in Tampa Bay, Florida. What's it, November 2nd, 2019 year, Karagma. Here again to push the truth and sincerity. First and foremost, we're going to give all praise, honor, and glory to our Lord, Yahweh,
Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Chakudash.
Double honors to our elders and apostles at Great Millstone who really teach well. Salutations to you brethren out there pushing this word of truth and sincerity. To you brethren out there that listen and study with us. And any sisters out there that are listening as well too. Meekness, quietness, and humbleness. You know, may Yahweh Hashem Yeshua be with you. And you can just go ahead and start at 21.
This is Baruch, chapter 4, verse 21. Be of good cheer, O my children, cry unto the Lord, and he shall deliver you from the power and hand of the enemies.
That's right. Be in good cheer, brothers. Because right now, we know we're in the hand of the enemies. We know we're in the hand of all oppressors. Alright? But don't sit here and dwell on that. We know it's hell out here. We know it sucks out here. But the scripture says what? Be in good cheer, because what? That same power, our Lord, the one that forsook us, he's going to deliver us out of the hand of the enemies. Alright, which is what? Esau, Edom. Alright, we know who they are. And if you don't know who they are, you'll figure it out. You'll figure it out real soon. Alright, those are our enemies, and the Lord's going to deliver us out of their hands.
If I may add, you should know who they are by now, because we're telling you who they are. Alright, this is, real quick, just to add on to the brother. This is, what is it, 2 Peter? This is 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 3. Knowing this first, that there shall come in the last days scoffers. What's it like? That's not it. What am I looking for?
Perilous times?
Yeah.
3 and 1, I think. Oh, slot. Bad. Slot here.
Where to go? How it go?
What you looking for? How I go?
I know, I hate when that happens. You know you're looking
head.
for it.
Yeah.
About the son of perdition.
2 and 2, Thessalonians.
I think that's, Thessalonian. Yeah, kind. 2 and light.
2 and 8.
Yeah, 2 and 7, something like that.
This is 2 Thessalonian, verse 5.
Yeah, kind.
Verse, no, that's not it.
Chapter 2, verse like 4.
Okay, 2.
Yeah,
Okay, cut.
yeah.
Like,
Here it is. Yep, it's a lot.
Okay.
This is 2 Thessalonians 2 and 3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition.
That's right. And he's been revealed. All right. And if it hasn't been revealed unto you through the Spirit, and you really believe in this, it's going to be revealed unto you real soon. But it should have been. You really should know who he is. You really should know who your enemy is. That's the first thing you learn. One of the first things you learn when you come into the truth.
And that's our enemies, man. The son of perdition is our enemies.
Son of destruction. All right. That word perdition is basically goes into destruction. Who's destroying everything on this earth? What does he look like? All right.
Kind.
Stop being simple.
Where and who is he?
Yeah. Sorry. Just get with it. Who is he? What does he look like? You know who I'm talking about.
Yep.
All right. Esau, Edom. All right. And that's the son of perdition. Go ahead.
Going back to Baruch this is back in Baruch chapter 4, verse 21. Be of good cheer, O my children. Pray unto the Lord, and he shall deliver you from the power and hand of the enemies.
That's right. Go ahead.
For my hope is in the everlasting, that he will save you, and joy is come unto me from the Holy One, because the mercy which shall soon come unto you from the everlasting, our Savior. That's
right. And that mercy is what we are preaching and what we're patiently waiting for. Because right now, this is mercy here. This being alive and having this understanding that we have, that's mercy in itself. But the true mercy is when the peace comes. All right, when the Lord gives us peace on the earth. All right, peace on earth, goodwill towards me. I'll talk about that Christmas shit. All right, well, guess what? That's really gonna happen.
Kind.
All right.
Also, another piece of mercy is the fact of the matter is on the other side of the screen, man. You are able, like we know there's a famine of the word coming, man. All right, the Lord is got it right now, so it's that easy where you can just go. You really ain't even got to be at home. You can be anywhere where you got your cell phone and watch the videos, man. And all the truth is just coming out freely, man. You don't really have to go out and go seeking certain people. Hey, you got this, you got that, and what's the secret passcode? It's freely on YouTube right now, man. All right, so this is how the Lord is being merciful unto you right now, man. The Lord could have just made all this shit pop off all at once, and you just running around like that chicken with your head cut off, man. Yep. All of a sudden, the RFID chip coming out, don't nobody know what the fuck the mark of the beast is, man. All right, martial law come down, you don't even know that these people are your enemies, man. All right, chariots come out, you all scared and run from the chariots. That's mercy, man. The Most High is showing you these things before they come to pass.
That's
man.
why he says the Lord's not going to do nothing until you reveal the secret unto the surface of the prophets, because the prophets have to be the one out here that are warning the people. So the warning has been going out for decades now. And now it's to the point where it's clearly what you will call the last days. Now the end's going to come, and then mercy is going to be put upon the earth, but mercy is coming to the nation of Israel, starting with the elect of the nation of Israel.
Hey,
read
14:3. Hey, just like in the book of 2nd Ezra, it says all things have a clear beginning and an end, and is manifest, man. Yep. That's where we at now. It's clear as day what's going on. 14:3.
Yeah, read on.
It's Isaiah chapter 14, verse 3. It shall come to pass in the day that Yahweh shall give thee rest from thy sorrow and from thy bondage, from sorrow and from thy fear and from the hard bondage wherein thou was made to serve.
Read it again.
Isaiah 14:3. And it shall come to pass in the day that Yahweh shall give thee rest from thy sorrow and from thy fear and from the hard bondage wherein thou was made to serve.
Right. So the Lord's going to give us a rest and peace from the bondage, the hell that we're catching out here. All right. The Lord's gonna have true mercy on us. So right now we are still in captivity, brothers. As much as you want to believe you're a free American or whatever the case is, you fought for this country, you fought for our rights, hell, American. You're the ones that are catching the hell out here, not none of these other nations. Well, the Lord said He's gonna deliver us. He's gonna bring mercy upon us. Read it one more time, Dorito.
This is Isaiah chapter 14, verse 3. And it shall come to pass in the day that Yahweh shall give thee rest from thy sorrow and from thy fear and
that sorrow and thy fear. All right, sorrow. You know, brothers be in sorrow sometimes because of shit we got to go through out here. All right, you know, sadness, sorrow. That's not a positive feeling. That's an emotion that we rather not have to deal with. But yet here it is in this earth. We got to deal with it on a daily basis. And then what's it say? Fear. Okay, fear. We the children of the Heavenly Father. The only one we should be in fearing is the Heavenly Father. We shouldn't fear anything else out here. Fearing what's going to happen tomorrow. All right, fearing your neighbor, these different nations. We shouldn't have fear. These nations should be fearing us. All right, our fear should be only within the Heavenly Father.
Yep. Hey, Con, if I may add, or real quick to add on to what you said, the scriptures say He shall give you rest, right, from thy sorrow, and the scriptures say, surely oppression maketh the wise man mad. So every day, the men of the Lord's will be partaking that number. We vex, man. You vex having that righteous mind state that this place should be destroyed, bro, and it's not. You know, you having the ornaments, you know, of the Most High. You help us Messiah, the precious jewels, and you waiting patiently. But not only you waiting, you suffering by being cursed out at your job, or your own family. Job said, "I am an alien in my own household," and you being oppressed and vexed daily, man. You know, because the scriptures say in the book of 2 Peter, the 2nd chapter, delivered just Lot, vexed with the filthy conversation. So the Lord is going to give us that rest from that sorrow mind state, man, of being vexed every fucking day, bro.
That's not how the men of the Lord should be living.
Yeah.
A king shouldn't have to be vexed about everything.
Kind,
no.
bro.
Everything is, if you are a so-called king or a ruler, everything should be in order, you know? And
I was gonna say your household, man. And just look at your household, man. You don't have no real authority over your children at your household, man. You know what I'm saying? One of the brothers was speaking about this. Hey, man, you goddamn got people going to court because the children, man, it's just fucked up out there, man. I ain't not to go too far into this shit, man.
Right.
All right, you can't even control your children how you want to control your children, man. They want to go out and go do some bugged out shit. You gotta allow the child to go do that shit, man. And you know it's gonna destroy their mind, their body, and the rest of their life growing up, man.
And if the mother wants them to do that, then you gotta allow that shit to happen. Otherwise, it's challenging.
Yep.
Right.
So I mean, that's why, you know, brothers are vexed out here. You have a true righteous mind, and you have to deal with something like that. Yeah, as the brother quoted, Ecclesiastes 7:7, and surely a person maketh the wise man mad.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be upset. All right, you shouldn't be comfortable out here. This isn't our rest. This is just fucking like that.
You shouldn't be smiling and all happy as hell that we're in hell. You know, what is there to be happy about, man? In a bit.
Nothing to be happy. There's nothing to smile at. Go ahead.
Nah, man, because look, you look around, there's nothing but, like the brother was saying, vexation. Everything you look at is vexating, man. You got devils. The scriptures say you got servants upon horses. All right, servants walking upon the ground. You got the devils ruling over us. Women out here dressing in unmodest apparel. You know, you got children out here being taught all kind of abominations. You send your kid to school, they're trying to turn them out. All right. And you're supposed to be happy? You're supposed to be smiling and rejoicing about this place? All right? That's why when the scripture said, it said in Baruch 4:21 said, "Be of good cheer, O my children, cry unto the Lord. Be of good cheer because what? We know we got the salvation coming, man. Not be of good cheer because of this place. There's nothing but wickedness out here, man. Ain't nothing. Everywhere you go, it's nothing but wickedness, man. Everywhere you turn, it's nothing but wickedness. You got women wearing shorts out here, showing their breasts, teaching their kids how to be homosexuals, and you're supposed to be happy to live in America? You think America's the greatest place on earth? This is the most wicked place on the earth.
That's right. This place is wicked, man. And you people, y'all cool with it. But you know what? You know, we that's why the brother just re-quoted it again. He says, be in good cheer. We in good cheer because we understand that this place is about to fall. It's about to fall for his wickedness. It can't stand. You know that this place can't go on any much longer in the state it's going in. All right? You can tell that it's about to fall.
Hey, that's why the scriptures say we looking for a new heaven and a new earth, man. We tired of this, the way this here, society is being ran, man. It's getting worse and worse and worse and worse. That's why we praying for a new heaven and a new earth, man.
That's
a
right.
new rulership, man.
That's
a
right.
new way of being, man. Where you don't have to go outside and be vexed every damn day or just vexed in all kind of ways, man. There's ways that you being targeted and bombarded by things that you don't even know about.
Hey, and also too, the laws, also the laws and statutes and commandments of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, all right, are being disannulled, just taken advantage of. And the representative of the laws, statutes, commandments of the Most High is his men. So the men of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai are being looked at, all right, as they are nothing, man. And the top man of the Most High was Yahushai. All right, so how much more? That's why the scriptures say no man knoweth the hour nor the time. All right, we're patiently waiting and suffering. The scripture say in Romans 8, if you suffer with him, you shall be glorified. So we all are suffering and waiting patiently and being of a good comfort, knowing that the Most High, the Heavenly Father, have a certain time where this man cannot pass his rulership. All right, where the Most High is getting ready to judge every living soul here on the planet Earth, whether it be of good and whether it be of evil. You know, you got it.
This is a Baruch. Back in the book of Baruch, chapter 4, verse 23. For I sent you out with mourning and weeping, but the Most High will give you to me again with joy and gladness forever.
Yeah, we're going to go back to the Lord. All right, the Lord's going to redeem his men. All right, starting with the 144,000, then the 1/3, and then the rest of the nation. All right, hold that, brother, and read what you picked up.
Isaiah 14:4. Thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon and say, how has the oppressor ceased and the golden city ceased?
Right, because before that happens, this place has to fall. And this place is so great that you're going to be looking at like, man, how has this place fell apart like this? All right, look at how far that this place has gone. How is mighty have fallen? We're talking about Esau and his kingdom of America.
Yep.
The horde. Go ahead.
It's Isaiah chapter 14, verse 5. Yahweh hath broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers.
Yep, go ahead.
He who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke. He that ruleth the nations in anger is persecuted and none hindereth.
That's right. They're talking about you, talking about those Edomites, man. Well, read that again, that last verse.
Isaiah chapter 14, verse 6. He who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke, he that ruleth the nations in anger is persecuted and none hindereth.
That's right, man. You with a continuous stroke, ruleth in wrath with a continuous stroke.
Hey, real quick, if I can say on that, how did one of the campaigning things Donald Trump said when he came in talking about Syria? What did he say about them people over there? Oh, we bomb the shit out of them and take the oil, man. Oh, we just bomb them, man. That's what the fuck they doing with a continual stroke, man. From September 11, 2000, really a little bit further after that, you know, we invaded Iraq, man. We still over there, man. We still over there with a continual stroke, just bombing the shit out of them people, man. I did a video on this like way probably earlier in the year or whatever, whatnot, but it was like Donald Trump is dropping a bomb every 12 minutes around the world, man. That's a continual stroke, man. You ruling these nations with a continual stroke, and if you don't want to listen to what this here nation say, guess what's coming next? Sanctions on your ass, man.
Yep.
Y'all ain't eating, man.
Yeah, something's gonna happen to you, you know. So this man has to be put down. He's not ruling in righteousness. All right? He's ruling in pure wickedness and he's a tyrant, okay?
That goes back to not worshiping the beast, man. If you don't want to worship the beast, you're gonna get put to death, man.
Going into Revelation 12 and 12. Read the next verse.
Isaiah 14:7. The whole earth is at rest and is quiet. They break forth into singing.
Yeah, man. After this man is taken down, the whole earth is going to be at rest finally. The whole planet Earth is finally going to be at rest, where things can grow, okay? Where children can be born and and not have to worry about getting raped.
Being subject to become homosexuals.
Yeah, that's not going to be a thing in the kingdom. Once the kingdom of heaven is established, and this man is taking out the rulership, then it's going to be peace on earth. Read the next verse.
All right, real quick. What other nation has invaded any other nation on the planet Earth, man?
It's only Esau.
It's only Esau that's invaded these other nations. So if you get rid of Esau, these other nations are gonna stay at home,
and
man.
that's a clue. And that's a clue on who the wicked is and who Esau is. Who's invading all these other countries?
Neither
Keep it at home.
Keep it at home.
Yeah.
Hey, and then also you got
Habakkuk.
Monsanto, man. Like you got countries like Russia that's saying we don't want none of y'all Monsanto food because why? It's destroying everything over here. So again, you get rid of this one piece, everything damn near is at peace, man. For the most part, I mean, you have people in their own countries dealing with the shit that they got going on, but you don't have Esau over there. How does scripture say? Beat these people with a continual wrath, man.
Yep.
All right. This is Isaiah chapter 14, verse 8. Yea, the fir trees rejoice at thee, and the cedars of Lebanon, saying, since thou art laid down, no feller has come up against us.
No fella come up against them no more because no more Edomites.
No more cutting down forests for paper,
Deforestation.
man. Or for just to build neighborhoods up, man. Because a fella is somebody that cuts down trees, man.
Yeah, you may go in your neighborhood and you might have a acres and acres of land, or just trees and lot or all that, and then Esau come in there, buy that shit out, and knock all the trees down and build a goddamn complex, apartment complex.
Oh, this was trees here.
And then you wonder why the bears and the bobcats is running into the neighborhood. Stupid.
That's why the trees are going to rejoice. The trees themselves, the earth itself is going to rejoice when Esau is taking that power. Because the devil, he does nothing but destroy the earth, man. Everything he does is to pollute the earth, man. It's contrary to the Heavenly Father.
Everything.
Monsanto is contrary to the Heavenly Father, man.
Splicing genes.
Exactly. They're splicing genes, man, with the seeds. All right. And then these Monsanto and other companies, mainly Monsanto, they're so demonic that they'll go and say, look, we're gonna sell you the seeds, but if a seed comes off of that plant that ends up growing, you can't plant that seed. You gotta come back. Yeah, it's copyright because we own them seeds. You gotta come back and buy us next season. You gotta come to us next season and buy some more seeds. Which it'll be a miracle if you get a seed out of it, but it does happen. But if they find you growing their seeds that came out of the seeds they previously sent you, you're liable to lose your whole farm, man.
When that tree grows up, when that tree gets bigger, it's gonna have a logo and it's gonna have a copyright on the fruit.
They'll come. No, Esau's wiser than Daniel. They'll come test that bitch and say, look, this is our seed. You planted our seed. And then take your whole farm, man.
I blame that shit, man. That seed probably grew and it got blown in the wind. And that's another thing too. That's how Esau gets you, because a lot of those seeds, they go out into the wild. And then you think you got a wild one, well, guess what? You plant that and they come and test it. Well, guess what? You got to uproot all that shit. And you got to give them money.
Just take your farm from it.
Basic with the.
Going a little further into that, they have like certain plants. They have certain plants, like I believe, what do you call it? Those little white things you pick up, you blow it like that. The
Dandelion?
seeds, dandelion seeds are spread like that. So even if, let's say, one of their trucks is going by with some of these plants, the seed spores, they can be lifted up and just blown into the air like that. So if they ride it past your property, this shit blow off and they happen to land on your property, hey, they gonna still come at you for that. Oh, you stole our seeds.
Exactly, yeah. Even a neighboring farm, if they're not using Monsanto seed, them bitches fly over to the next farm, they're gonna sue you, man. All right, because you're using their property.
And now tell me, that's a righteous way to rule a kingdom? That's not a righteous way to rule a kingdom? No, absolutely not. First of all, you're not supposed to be doing that with seeds. Second of all, you're not gonna take over a man's farm because he grew a plant that you own the plants.
How do they get these farmers? Because they got to sign contracts to receive them seeds. They sign a contract, and that's how they get you. Because they got this thing called washing seeds. What some farmers will try to do to get one over on Monsanto is they'll use the seeds they receive from the crops. Few, but it's possible. They'll wash them seeds and then regrow them or sell them. And then they'll come and do an investigation, and then they're through because they signed a contract. If you get caught regrowing them seeds that came out of the original seeds they gave you, now they're taking your farm. That's the devil for you. And who's he doing that to? His own people. So what do you think he's gonna do unto his enemies, man? Because Jake ain't got no cornfields in the Midwest. Jake ain't growing corn and yams in the Middle East.
Nope.
Or not the Middle East, the Midwest.
Midwest, okay, yeah. It ain't Jake doing that, no. You might have one or two, that are doing all right. They got themselves a little farm, but they're not doing it on no major level. That's all Esau, rather. Okay.
Hey, can I say something
Yeah,
real quick?
please.
And that's why they make plants that don't produce seeds. So you can be dependent on them. So you can't be self-sufficient. That's why they make them don't bear no seeds, rarely. So you have to come back to them to get seeds again. So you pretty much you're dependent on them. No self-sufficiency.
And watermelon, seedless watermelon.
But that's Esau, man. Go ahead, bro. That's how he is, bro.
That's how that man works. He's just a demon, bro. A demon. The whole thing about being on Earth, especially if you're a male, is to spread your seed. Yeah. And if you can't spread your seed, man, it's like there's really no point even doing all this shit, being here.
Yeah.
It's like no point in being here. The whole point of us being here, is to be fruitful. You want to multiply. You want to spread your genealogy. You want to live forever.
Be fruitful and multiply.
Yeah. Somebody get that. Because this is a beautiful thing being on the earth. But when you're what's the word I'm looking for? You're suppressed to a point where you can't even give. You don't even want to have children because it's too expensive, or whatever the case may be. There ain't no point in really doing this. Or you impotent because you drank too much fucking Mountain Dews. You didn't know no better. You can't reproduce anymore. You're over here with your wife trying to reproduce and doing this for years, ain't nothing coming out. You go to the doctor, says, well, you impotent, bro.
Yeah, I got it. All right, this is Genesis chapter. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 1, verse 28. I'm gonna read it verbatim. And God blessed them, and God said unto them, be fruitful and multiply, and replenish the earth, and subdue it, and have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over every living thing that moveth upon the earth.
That's you. That's you, brothers, man. That's us. That's us, men. All right. Our job is to be fruitful, multiply. That's why it's a beautiful thing to have multiple wives. Not get into that, but men are supposed to have multiple wives. You're not supposed to be stuck with one woman forever. No, that's some Edomite thing.
Yo, like I was telling Jake, that's population control.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Because this is our heritage. So this they're looking at heritage. All right, they believe in polygamy. Mm-hmm. That's their heritage, polygamy. Them having more than one. So Jake get over here, and when they first go, Jake was doing that shit. And what? Okay, now we gotta make sure y'all get married. That's population control. That's all. Because if Jake was able to cleave onto his heritage to have many women.
They changed the whole.
They couldn't stop Jake. Jake could be multiplying too much.
They changed the definition of marriage to the state. You got to get this contract. It's got to be done through this church with a guy with a license. And,
Jake's still multiplying, man. Just like in the time of ancient Egypt, man. The more they oppress, the more we recruit, man. The more we multiply.
And the most poorest Jake, man, they have like fucking 8 children.
Listen, Eddie Murphy got 10 kids, man.
Future got like 7.
Yeah. So Jake, man, just popping seeds out everywhere, man. And they're doing it in wickedness because you're supposed to take care of your kids.
Yeah, of course.
But nonetheless, we still populate, man.
That's the spirit. That's the spirit that's on us to be fruitful. It's just in us to be fruitful.
I got another piece. This is Genesis chapter 9, verse 1. And God blessed Noah and his sons and said unto them, be fruitful and multiply and replenish the earth.
Yeah, that's because that's after the earth was basically everybody on the earth was destroyed. All right, everybody was drowned out because of the wickedness, all right, of the land. The Lord had to destroy everybody, so he saved Noah, his 3 sons, and their 4 wives. And he said, all right, now you're gonna have to do a lot of sex. You gotta be fruitful, multiply, replenish the earth. The whole earth is destroyed. It's up to you to replenish the earth. And the same thing is gonna happen here when the Lord takes Esau out of power, and basically, 2/3 of our people are gonna be destroyed. Oh, bunch of the nation, a big percentage of all these other nations are gonna be destroyed, and a lot of them are gonna be put into slavery. But what the point is, we're gonna have to replenish our population. Yep. All the people who died of our nation are gonna have to come back through the act of sex.
Okay.
All right, but you can't do that here. You can't have a big family here. Oh, you gotta pay taxes on this. Your woman's bugged out. She's gonna leave you. She won't take the kid. You gotta pay child support. Fuck it, I ain't want to do it no more. Again, like I was saying earlier, you might want to have children. You might have a beautiful wife. You're trying to have children when you can't even do it because you shooting blanks. because this place is completely wicked.
Too much Mountain Dew.
Yeah, too much fucking Mountain Dew.
Hey, but on the same token though, not saying that, especially in this time now, that you should be, populating like that, but ultimately, birth control and all that stuff, and the ideology that they give you right now is like, look, y'all having too many babies, stop having babies. You have to understand who is telling you this and for what reason. We are the sand of the sea, man, and we're in the house of our enemy. So of course he don't want you to remultiply them, just like in Egypt, man. They fear that if we become more mightier than them, all right, that's why they destroy our children from young schools and lock them up, make them go straight to the prisons, all right, because they're afraid of us multiplying that we will take over them, man. But all these different birth control situations and things like that, and the ideology, y'all shouldn't be going out there having sex and reproducing. I don't want kids. That's the new thing nowadays. These women are growing up like that, man. But when you see with Esau right now, all right, with the abortion laws that's going on, why Esau's tripping about that is because he realized that the Edomites are not reproducing. So they're going to be pretty much by 2050, there ain't going to be no more of them just by none of them reproduce. All right?
Esau right now, Esau's a minority right now, man.
Well, he's always been the minority, but as far as these abortions, this was something that was put on to us, but we still multiplying like crazy. We didn't outpopulate it. Well, we always was like that, but nevertheless, now he's trying to stop the abortions for his people because they're not reproducing. So how all of a sudden, you have to understand why they tell you these things. It's actual warfare, man. All right? It's not the fact that, this is wrong, that's this and that. No, man, it's just straight warfare, man. Like the scriptures say, we're supposed to be fruitful and multiply and replenish the earth, man. Ephraim is a fruitful foe, man. All right? That's what's in our nature. Is that, hey, we supposed to be reproducing, man, having our kids, man. All right? But they make it evil in this society if you have kids, man. You have multiple kids. You see Jake, like, how many kids you got, Jake? Oh, I got about 7 kids. Goddamn, Jake, you got too many kids. Like, nah, we're supposed to be fruitful and multiply, man.
You're supposed to have more than that.
Yeah, that's nothing. 7. Ultimately in the kingdom of heaven, we're gonna have
thousands.
Yeah,
a little one shall become 1,000, man. Yeah.
We get that.
Isaiah 16:12.
Yeah, because what? Yeah, man, forget that one first because that's our spirit. When the kingdom of heaven is established, Jake is gonna have gonna be building nations. Brother, kingdom, first day of the kingdom, you're gonna be getting hundreds of women pregnant in one day. And the next day you're gonna do the same thing.
Yep.
And it's gonna start on this side because why? Isaiah 4:1. All right, them 7 women gonna come to the men of the Lord. They be like, look, we gonna just let us be called by your name, take away that reproach. So as we enter into the kingdom of heaven, we know that 2/3 is gonna get cut off. So 2/3 of these women, they're not gonna make it. The only women that's gonna make it is the righteous women, and then they're gonna do what? They're gonna be with a man of the Lord, and they also say you're gonna be saved by childbearing, man. All right, now we understand that 2/3 of our nation gonna be destroyed. Now we gotta, just like when like the brother read earlier about with Noah, all right, coming out and repopulating the earth. So now we're about to read about after this judgment come down, all right, and we enter into the kingdom of heaven, how the 2/3 are gonna be brought back, all right?
Okay.
This is Isaiah 60 and 21. Read 21 and 22. It says,
real quick. How come all these Jakes that be Jehovah's Witness or Christians, why they always bald, bro? Why is it like, is that like a prerequisite or something?
No. Let me correct you. Why is it always Jake?
That's what I'm saying. Why are these Jakes here? Why are these Jakes always bald that are in these different, I don't understand. Like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, why
do you have to do it? I was like, do you have to be bald? Like, I don't understand. Like, who told you had to do that shit, bro? I'm just asking. I'm asking for a friend. What the fuck, man? Like every single one. I'm a Christian. Bald is absolutely nothing. Or at least
take your eyebrows out with it.
Yeah, I don't get that, bro. I don't know. It's weird to me.
Yeah, I watched that movie. Was it Thursday or Friday, 1968, Planet of the Apes?
Yeah.
The Edomite shaved his shit.
You look less intelligent.
It seems as if you look less intelligent.
Somehow.
He's like, somehow you look less intelligent.
Wow.
See?
Yeah, but they do that to Jake though. They emasculate them because the main thing that they fear here in America, all right, is a manly Jake male, man.
They don't want to see Jake out there with a huge afro and a
full face beard,
and built, with that spirit face. So that's the last thing you want. And then on top of that, imagine this man just building the nation again, like people get into, having children, and they all built under that righteous household.
All right, their little son being grown up like that. That's masculine one. And these nations know that Jake is the power, the true power on earth. When I say true power, I'm talking about the godly, the children of God.
Yep.
Can I read that real quick?
But also, again, with this male image, all right, whenever they put you in authority, i.e. police officers, military, again, they want to make you emasculated, man. That's another thing they tell us about Jake. You work in an office or whatever, whatnot, you can't talk with your normal Jakely voice, man. Hey, like the scriptures say, voice of many waters, man. All right, hey, you got this deep voice, it's Jake in their own. People be terrified of us if we just be talking, man. All right, so look, this is what they try to do. They gonna put you in a position of authority, but they don't want to be reminded that this is an actual God here, man. So they gotta emasculate you to the fullest, man.
It's all witchcraft and everything.
They'll put you on TV and all these things, but you gotta be what, in a homosexual limelight, man. They won't put no. Hey, look at Muhammad Ali, man. When he wanted to change his name, all right, not to have the so-called white man's name, they started stepping on him, his ass. But before they was just cheering him for being the greatest, man. When he wanted to stand up for his people and say, look, I don't want to go over there and fight some other people for y'all stuff. Y'all don't want to terrorize me. They took his belt away. They tried to throw him in jail because why? He was being manly and standing up for his own people, man. They loved him when he was all smooth faced and you know what I'm saying, entertaining them. But then when he tried to take a stand for something, all right, that's when we got to take this nigga out, man. All right, that's why they fear us with our beards. You know, we grow our hair out, we be all manly and things like that. Hey man, this is why when you ever see Jake, like the brother was questioning, whenever you see Jake in any kind of position of authority, whether it be at your job, the boss, the police officers, the military, they always shaving, man. Because they don't ever want you to look at Jake in a position of authority in a somewhat righteous state, man. It's too much for them.
Well, a beard shows, if you look up beard, it's a badge of masculinity, a badge of a man. So when you got a beard, you know, you look rough, you intimidate people, man. You're intimidating, like as a man should be. A man shouldn't be where everybody wants to come up and run up and hug him, man. You're supposed to be intimidating, man. You know, you're a man. You know.
Is that one where David sent them back out when he had to find that. Read that one.
It's Isaiah 60 and 20 and 21. Thy people shall be all righteous. They shall inherit the land forever.
Y'all people are gonna be all righteous and inherit the land forever. All right. That started with our land that I was given unto our fathers, but ultimately it's gonna be, you know, the whole entire earth. All right. Yeah, all these different nations are gonna have their own lot, you know, their own plots of land, and you know, but it's gonna be under the godly rulership. Read on.
It says, the work of my hands that I might be glorified. Verse 22, a little one shall become 1,000, and a small one a strong nation. Yahweh will hasten it in its time.
That's right. The Lord's going to hasten it in its time. A little one's going to be a strong 1,000, and a small one a strong nation. Meaning that
excuse me.
No matter how weak and feeble you are on this side, if you're a man of the Lord, guess what the Lord's going to do to you? He's going to turn you into a whole nation. All right? And we always talk about it's going to eventually go, you're going to have to inhabit planets on that. All right? Because we're going to have so many children. Yeah. That's what the universe has ever expanded. So we can, continue, that's the kind of mindset we on. We on rulership mentality. All right? We want children. Jake wants family. All right? We want that. That's a beautiful thing to have that. You can't have that here. You're doing a disservice. You're doing a disservice if you have a child in this world, man. You're doing a disservice to that child, bringing the child into this world, man. What the hell are you doing, bro? And I'm not saying you do it on purpose. You do it on purpose. That's not smart, man. But if you do it, it happens by accident. It's all the will of the Lord. But you just shouldn't be wanting to bring a child into this world, knowing this place is about to be destroyed, knowing that the place is completely defiled. You want to bring a child into this world, So be careful with that. You're dealing with your woman, man. If it happens, it happens over the spirit. But you don't want to do that out here. You want to subject a child, a newborn baby, being born in the year 2020. You'll be born into a vaccine.
Yahweh said when they were weeping for him, he said, "Don't weep for me, man. Weep for your kids."
Yeah.
When he was carrying the cross, going on to the way.
Oh yeah, that was cold.
He said, "What? You don't weep for me, man. Weep for your kids."
That was cold when he said that. And then
even though he was mainly referring to what was going to happen that time, but how much more now, man? It's going to be a time like no other.
Same thing. It's the same thing.
Well, as the scriptures say, woe unto you that give suck unto your kids.
Yeah, Matthew 24.
Yeah.
That with child.
Yeah, with that or with child. You sucking your kids, man?
Yeah, you get sucked in those days. Because you with a child, you have a newborn baby, and the time that's about to come out here, then you're that's a burden on you. You know? I'll read what you got, bro.
I got that.
Oh yeah, you can break that account. I know we
This
kinda
is 2 Samuel chapter 10, verse. I'll start at 4. Wherefore Hanan took David's servants and shaved off the one half of their beards, and cut off their garments in the middle, even to their buttocks, and sent them away.
Yeah, man, you shamed them, man. Again, you shaved off one half of their beard.
So you just got half a beard.
Yeah, imagine that. Yeah, you look at the brother.
Bald
Yeah,
face, half a beard.
yeah, that's some disrespect, man.
By that way, you just gotta cut the whole thing off
yeah.
and let it regrow.
Yeah, it's not gonna grow
the
right.
point.
Yeah.
So it's gonna go into that. What he's gonna ask them to do.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
This is verse 5. When they told it unto David, he sent to meet them, because the men were greatly ashamed.
Hell yeah. You
So
see
they
that?
didn't even want to come to the city. They didn't even, because they were greatly ashamed. They knew, oh man, we looking like straight up
Fools,
simps,
man. Yeah.
This ain't manly.
And then, real quick, add on that the ultimate humiliation of those brothers was the fucking their ass was out, man.
Yeah.
You know, like
That was easy
yeah.
to replace though.
Yeah,
They
kinda,
could
yeah.
New garment
Yeah,
real quick.
yeah.
Yeah, beard did got take some time to grow.
Yeah.
And it's gonna tell you, really what David had an issue with. Go ahead.
Verse 5. This is 2 Samuel chapter 10, verse 5. When they told it unto David, he sent to meet them, because the men were greatly ashamed.
Yeah, let me see them. Let me see what's going on. See what they look like. Go ahead.
And the king said, tarry at Jericho until your beards be grown, and then return.
Yeah, you gotta stay out there in Jericho, man, until that shit grow back. You can't come into the congregation looking like that, because and that goes for us. We don't allow people coming here that shave with mar their corners of their beards and shave. We don't. That's an order. All right. That goes back to the law. You want to get the law too, because that's a law. That's to keep us separate from these other nations. All right, look at what the Romans were doing. Romans were doing that, shaving, and they got that from Ham.
They got that from the Egyptians.
Yeah, they got that shit from Ham. Okay, Esau is infatuated with him. Baltazarian. So we don't. You should learn not the way of the heathen. That's the way of the heathen. All right, that's the way of the heathen. Shaving your face and lining it all up, and go ahead.
Let me start at this. This is Leviticus chapter 21, verse 5. They shall not make baldness upon their head,
Right.
neither shall they shave off the corner of their beard, nor make any cutting in their flesh.
Right. Read it again.
This is Leviticus 21, verse 5. They shall not make baldness upon their head.
should
Like
not.
you asked.
Yes,
This nigga
yes.
had a bald head.
He's an Egyptian ass.
But he's over there preaching the Bible.
Yeah, is he?
Not even preaching. He just supposedly standing for the Bible, handing out pamphlets, talking about sweet Jesus is coming back. But what? He got a bald head.
Breaking the law in violation, direct violation. He's in direct, and that's not just that was just an example. These people are in direct violation of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai.
That's an offense. You get it. You do an offense to Esau system. What they do? They lock your ass up.
Yep.
They hit
Fine
you with
you.
some fines.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a penalty. What's the penalty to be having a bald head? All right.
Yeah, you gotta leave and come back to that shit go back.
Okay, well, we gonna read it.
Yeah, come on,
It's Leviticus 21 and 5. They shall not make baldness upon their head, neither shall they shave off the corner of their beard, nor make any cutting in their flesh. They shall be unholy to their power, and not profane the name of their power, for the offering of the Lord Yahweh made by fire, and the bread of their power they do offer, therefore they shall be holy.
See that? So you have to be in order with that. You can't like, you know what? Let me get my own style. Let me do this. Huh?
For you to, in that time, for you to offer a holy sacrifice unto the Lord, okay, an offering, you had to be holy. You couldn't be coming there with a bald head into the temple and offer up a sacrifice. No, it don't work like that. So we don't do the same thing right now, because we giving up spiritual sacrifices. So what? We still gotta hold ourselves to the standard of the law, man. We don't understand that we're not gonna be perfect, but we still have to abide by it. All right. Romans 6 tell you, do we make the law void? Of none effect? God forbid. All right.
Established, man.
And I'll be getting in Leviticus
Real
19.
quick, like what you brothers were saying, there's a certain order and a way of doing these things, right? hey, you go to the military or any of these jobs, man, you got a uniform you got to wear. You can't go to Walmart with a goddamn Target shirt on, man, and expect to go, hey, I'm going to just bring some motherfuckers up at the register, and y'all ain't going to say shit about it in my Target shirt at Walmart.
You can't be in the military with an afro either.
Or a beard.
Or a beard, yeah.
See
They
what
make
I'm
you
saying?
shave. That's the Esau system, though.
Unless
That's
you were like some
fucked
sort of
up.
special
Yeah, you a special ops.
Yeah.
They don't want people to know you in the military, so hey,
Yeah, but
look
but like that, there's a way to serve in the military. There's a way to serve in your job. But what about the Most High, man?
There's a way to serve the Lord.
There's a way to serve the Most High, man. He has his ways, man.
you got
It's
a
not
dress code,
right.
yeah, all that.
It's not that far. If you already doing this, you just doing it in wickedness, man. You go to McDonald's, you put on your McDonald's garment. You know what I'm saying? You make sure you in line and in order when you in McDonald's. You know what I'm saying? You don't go in there with no Burger King shit on. All right, just like the scripture said, man should not wear what pertains to a woman and vice versa, man. What's so hard about that, man?
You work for Coca-Cola and they catch you drinking Pepsi. Yeah, you fired on the spot, and that's real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to work for a Pepsi company, and it was the same way. Like, yo, who brought this Coke in here?
Yeah,
I don't even like Pepsi, man. I like Coke. It don't matter. You're on Pepsi premises.
You're out the door with that shit, man. Yeah, they take that shit seriously.
Fired.
You work for like Adidas or something like that, and you fucking around with Nikes. Yeah, they're gonna kick your ass out the building. There's a certain you trying to serve somebody for a prize or some sort of reward.
Conflict of interest.
Yeah, it is. A conflict of interest. Yeah, you can't have that in here. Same thing with the Lord. You want to serve the Lord in truth and sincerity. You really believe in the Lord. You believe in God. Okay, well, if you really do, then you need to heed to these rules and these regulations that have been set before us, the nation of Israel, which you are a part of.
And that's gonna what? Make you holy, which means what? Separate, right? What separates McDonald's employees versus Burger King employees? One thing, the uniforms, right? The uniform separate them, right?
They both making burgers.
Yeah, they both making burgers, but what? The uniform separates. So you know if you like, well, who you make burgers for? You can see they got the golden arches on their shit. The other one got the little king on their shit. These people got the little Wendy's chick on their shit. So they all separate from one another. And they, like brother said, they all make burgers. They all work at a burger joint, a fast food joint. But you know them based off of their attire because why? They was made separate based off of following after the law, statutes, commandments that their job gave them. The same way we supposed to be. Again, it's not that hard, man. You're doing it already.
Spoiled.
You know, but people just putting this all onto a pedestal.
crazy.
Oh, this is too hard. This is so on and so forth. But nevertheless, you're doing it every day, man.
Yo, hey, if I may add too, you went going into uniform, which the word uni, which means one, and how we come into Ephesians the 4th chapter, it says until we all come into the unity of the faith. So what is our uniform? What is our conduct here in Great Millstone? What do we push? The faith, man. So that's what's going to separate us. Because what 2 Ezra 16 chapter says, then shall be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried through the fire. You know, so that's what's separating us from all these other camps, man. It's the faith of the belief, all right, the scriptures, man. You know, going out, showing your face, man, getting rid of your identity and putting on the uniform of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, which is his faith, man.
Beautiful
You know,
garments, man.
yep, that's right.
Keep on garments. You know, we watch you. You know, that's what separates us from the rest of the world.
That's right.
Go ahead.
Back in
Yeah, something else.
I'm looking for it. This is Leviticus 19 and 27. Ye shall not round the corners of your heads, neither shalt thou mar the corners of thy beard.
And rounding the corners of your head, that goes back to the Egyptians too. Because what they used to do is they used to shave their whole head, but they used to leave a little ponytail and shit on the top. Like that nigga, who's that nigga's name? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He did that shit.
Bug out.
Yeah. I don't know what happened. I think he got AIDS.
Pharaohs.
I think he got the AIDS or something.
What, the rat tail?
Yeah, that's the Egyptian shit. That's what they used to do back in the day.
That's that
Nowhere to be
the gore from Mortal Kombat gore.
Goro.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Kind of.
You know, same shit. And that Goro shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the Egyptian shit.
Yeah.
You know, rounding the corners, around your head.
Anyways, I got something. Yeah. This is what happens if you don't obey the Lord, man. This is Joshua chapter 1, verse 17. According as we hearken unto Moses in all things, so will we hearken unto thee. Only Yahweh thy power be with thee, as he was with Moses.
Right.
Whosoever he be that doth rebel against thy commandment, and will not hearken unto thy words, and all that thou commandest him, he shall be put to death. Only be strong and of a good courage.
What happens to him again?
Don't talk to him, man. Hey, don't talk to him.
What happens to him again? Read the judgment.
It says, this is Joshua 1 and 18. Whosoever he be that doth rebel against thy commandment.
So you rebel against the commandments of the Heavenly Father God, all right? The God of Israel, that is. Go ahead.
And will not hearken unto thy word.
You don't want to listen, all right? You're hard-headed and stubborn. Go ahead.
In all that thou commandest him, he shall be put to death.
The penalty is death. You hear that? Death. Like we talked about all types of things here. You know, you wear this over, you wear a Burger King outfit over at a goddamn McDonald's or Wendy's, you're gonna get fired. All right? But yeah, you know. But here, if you break this, you know, you don't want to follow the laws, statutes, commandments of the Heavenly Father God, as you like to say, God. Well, guess what? The penalty is death. You have to be brought out into the congregation, and stoned, lit on fire, or whatever the case may be.
Because the scriptures tell you that rebellion is just the sins of witchcraft. What is the punishment for witchcraft? Death, man. I suffer not a witch to live.
Yeah, these are burn those shits, man.
And rebellion is just as bad as that, man. But it's what you're rebelling against the words of Yahweh Shem Shai, and you just need to be put to death, man.
There's no reason for you to have, because if you're doing that and you have a congregation or a community you live in, well, guess what? The youngsters of that community are gonna start following you because you're older, and you just rebelling. You know, they think that that's good, so they want to put evil out of the congregation. All right.
And that's what you got going on right now with the children looking up to these damn rappers and things like that. Why you think lean is so popular, man? Lean and Percocet and all these other drugs, man. These little kids growing up, they wouldn't know what the fuck none of that stuff is unless somebody told them about it, man.
Yeah.
All right. And who's promoting it?
Niggas.
Yeah, but it starts with who's allowing that to come out on their radio station.
Who's making it? Who's prescribing it unto you?
Because there's so much other music out there they can put out, but they want to put that out, and they do it for a reason, you know. But the penalty is death. You want to heed to that? You want to go into that kind of thing? Well, guess what? The penalty is death. And that's just what it is.
Yeah. Let me jump back further up in this chapter. This is Joshua 1:6. It says, "Be strong and of good courage, of a good courage, for unto this people shall thou divide it for an inheritance the land which I swear unto their fathers to give them. Only be thou strong and very courageous," because it takes courage. It takes it takes you to be strong to obey the Heavenly Father, man, in this wicked, sinful world. All right. It says, "Only be thou strong and very courageous, that thou mayest observe to do according to all the law which Moses my servant commanded thee.
Right.
Turn not from it to the right hand, or to the left, that thou mayest prosper whithersoever thou goest."
When you get this word, you have to stay on track with it. You can't turn to the right or to the left, trying to keep to this and mix it with this and flip and flop. No, you know what you're supposed to do. And now knowing what you're supposed to do, the brother read it in verse 17. You know, you don't want to do it, but guess what? You're gonna die. You know, it ain't up to us; it's up to the Lord. Read the next verse.
Verse 8. "This book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth."
This book of the law should not depart out of thy mouth. So that's, and you look unto us. What do? We out here, we preach this word week in and week out, man. Yeah, he's through, bro. He's worse. He's 10 times worse than he was a few weeks ago.
Yeah, he got them.
Yeah. He's trying to humble himself now. No, too late for that, bro.
Next time, if you go out back around, put him on camera, so just in case.
Yeah, publicly shame that motherfucker, bro.
Them demons
He needs
is
to be
stirring
shamed.
him up.
Yeah, he needs to be shamed, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, you come over here, you wanna make our lives live in hell. Well, guess what, man? Look at you.
You've already taken one L, been in
Yeah,
jail.
a lot of them.
Like,
Curses and all, man.
He's taking a perpetual L, man. That man is homeless.
Yeah, he's a. If you look up L in the dictionary, it's gonna be
L.
Hey, that's that Wisdom Psalm chapter 5.
Yeah, demons are tossing him to and fro.
Edomite, man. That's the Edomite. Go ahead, bro.
Go back in.
Yeah, read
Joshua 1:8. "This book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night."
Right. We have to be meditating on the book of the law day in and day and night. Because what?
Laughs now.
That's all. That was given unto us. We the Israelites, are we not? So that is for us. That's not for anybody else out here. It's not for these Indians. It's not for these Edomites. It's for you so-called Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans. It's for you. The Bible was written for you. All right.
Now let me go up to verse 2 to prove that what the brother said. This is Joshua 1:2. "Moses, my servant, is dead. Now therefore arise, go over." The Lord, the Heavenly Father, speaking to Joshua. It says, "Go over this Jordan, thou and all this people, unto the land which I do."
Oh, Lord, Yahweh Shai.
through. It says, unto the land which I do give to them. So this is Joshua 1 and 2. Moses, my servant, is dead. Now therefore arise, go over this Jordan, the river Jordan, thou and all this people, unto the land which I do give to them, even to the children of Israel. And again, they had the word even italicized. There was no word even in the Hebrew. It's talking about it should say the children of Israel.
Yeah, that's what it should say. Isn't it like to all these people, even the children?
So who else is it? Even the children? Wait a minute. Who are the people? Even the children? They're talking about the Israelites. Yeah.
Right. It doesn't mean no other nations are in there, bro.
Yeah,
it's only the children of Israel. Okay. This was written for the Israel. Now go back to verse 8.
Verse 8.
Yeah, verse 9.
This is back in Joshua chapter 1, verse 8. This book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night, that thou mayest observe to do according to all that is written therein. For then thou shalt make thy way prosperous, and then thou shalt have good success.
That's right. Yeah. So by following the Lord's statutes and commandments to the best of your abilities, of course you can't be perfect down here. Living in Babylon, you can't be perfect. You're not going to be able to keep it perfect. That's why we're saved by faith, not by the law. It says what? By doing so, you shall be in it shall make your ways prosperous, and you shall be in good success.
And it says for prosperous or have good success, it says do wisely.
There you see. All right, and that's why these other nations, they're gonna ultimately look at us.
Wise and
it was Deuteronomy
4. Yep, 4 and 6. Yep.
They're gonna look at us like, wow, look at them. Yeah, get that real quick. Public show.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 4, and I'm gonna start at 5. Behold, I have taught Deuteronomy 4 and 5. It says, behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as Yahweh my power commanded me, that ye should do so in the land whether ye go to possess it. Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations, which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people.
Right, they're gonna look at us like, well, it's clear that the Lord is working with them. It's clear that God is with the Israelites.
And why? Because the Israelites are to follow the law, statutes, and commandments. And if you follow the law, statutes, and commandments, you're going to be a perfect people. You're going to live perfectly. You're going to live forever, really.
Forever. You see? That's what it is. That's why this thing that we have, this promise that was given unto us, is nothing to take lightly. It's nothing to scoff at. All right?
49.
We take this dead serious because we want to live in good success. We want our ways to be prosperous, and we want to live wisely. Yes. All right, and it starts here. It starts by discipline, keeping these laws. That's why a lot of our people, they was talking shit to Moses because they, Moses here it is. He let them out of Egypt, but that wasn't enough for them.
Hey, if I may add to, Israel never seen the severity of the law, statutes, commandments of Yahweh Shemel Shai. That's why it took for the Lord to open up the fucking earth, to destroy Jake, man. Because they thought the Lord was a game. They took the covenants of the Lord as a joke, man. So the Lord had to open the earth up, swallow Jake up, put Jake through the fire. Real quick, can I bring this out real quick?
Absolutely.
It's in season. Sirach. 2 Chronicles chapter 15, verse 13. That whosoever would not seek Yahweh Shemel Shai, power of Israel, should be put to death, whether small or great, whether man or woman.
Read it again.
Kind. This is 2 Chronicles chapter 15, verse 13. That whosoever, I'm gonna start verse 12. And they enter into a covenant to seek the Lord, power of their fathers, with all their heart and with all their soul. That whosoever would not seek the Lord, Yahweh Shemel Shai, power of Israel, should be put to death, whether small or great, whether man or woman.
See that? No, anybody can
right,
get it.
Man.
You got that scripture, brother? I'll say it. You got it?
Slack
Hey, but to add on to that, though, hey, we made a covenant with the Most High, man. Blood in, blood out, man. We made a covenant with the Most High, all right? And it said, that, look, he'll bless us with these certain things, but if not, he gonna wind up putting our ass to death, man. That's what it is, man. Transgressions of the sin is transgression of the law is what? It's sin, right? The wages of sin is what? Death.
And it's not like we're gonna get dragged out into the streets and put to death. No, the Lord could put you to death in any manner. All right. You could get bit by a poisonous snake when you're waiting in your car. All right. You can get struck by lightning. You can get hit by a car. All right. Anything can happen. You can just get sick overnight. Just get sick. You don't know what the hell happened to you. You got to go to the hospital. The hospital says, done, bro. The Lord put you to death. You want to act like that? You want to be rebellious? The Lord will put you down,
man.
And our people are completely rebellious. They take it on the ways of these heathen. All right. So what's going to happen to them? They're going to be put to death when those days, when the last days are finally here and Jacob's trouble is here. The Lord's going to put thousands and millions of people to death, man. Yep. All right, because of their rebellion, because they said they believe, but they're not showing their belief by their works. All right, and what do? They mock the prophets. We go into that every week. So what's going to end up happening? You're going to be put to death.
This is Second Ezra chapter 1 verse 4. And the word of Yahweh came unto me saying, go thy way and show my people their sinful deeds and their children their wickedness which they have done against me, that they may tell their children's children.
That's what Moses did, man. And that's what we're doing right now. Keep that that's what Moses did, and that's what we're doing right now. Okay? We're out and about. We're on these highways and byways. We're here in the middle of the city, letting our people know their transgressions. We're letting you know how you're going off and how you can get back on. Okay? Through the mercies of the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Go ahead.
Hey, if I can bring out a quick question, let's go hand in hand with what we're reading over here.
Yep.
This is in the book of Deuteronomy chapter 32. I'm going to read from verse 5 to 7. It says, talking about the children of Israel, the children of Israel, it says, they have corrupted themselves. Their spot is not the spot of his children. They're a perverse and crooked generation. Do you thus requite Yahweh, O foolish people and unwise? Is he not thy father that has bought thee? Has he not made thee and established thee? All right, saying that this is the Most High that gave you all these things, all right? Next verse, verse 7. Remember, now, what we was just reading, it says, look, you're going to do these things, and you're going to tell your children's 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 children, all right? Supposed to be passed down, right? Deuteronomy 32 and 7. Remember the days of old. Consider the years of many generations. Ask thy fathers, and he will show thee, and thy elders, and they will tell thee. All right? Going back into, like, the history of our people and certain things, going into the slavery and things like that, talk about who is our enemy, right now, you don't really, you see the police shooting down Jake right now, but, there's a lot of this slavery stuff hidden, a lot of our people don't know that where the C-sections come from. So-called white men cut our babies out of our women's stomach, man. They don't know that shit come from that, man. That's why I said remember the days of old so you can know who the fuck your enemy is, man. You just thinking that, ain't nothing wrong with him, like, this is the same nigga that was feeding your babies to alligators for alligator bait, man. The same people that's had that perpetual hatred from the beginning, man. All right? But continuing on in 2nd Ezra, chapter 1, verse 5, it says, go thy way and show my people their sinful deeds and their children their wickedness, which they have done against me, that they may tell their children's children. Because of the sins of their fathers are increased in them, for they have forgotten me and have offered unto strange gods.
You Israelites, you Jake out there, you forgot the Lord, man. You say you believe in the Most High, but you truly forgot what it is to serve the Lord in truth and sincerity. You forgot that you were a separate, holy people. You forgot that. You're like, after all these generations being in Babylon and these different captivities, you're completely mind-fucked. Yep. Like you're destroyed. Your mind is destroyed. Lack of knowledge.
Hey, the Amber Geiger case, prime example. You over here, your brother just got shot down. You want to go over there and hug your enemy. I just want to forgive him. But your same enemy, how does they show you how they do, man? Remember September 11th? We still bombing motherfuckers over there right now, man. But you want to go and go hug the police officer who walked into your brother's house, the wrong house, and killed him for no reason, man? You see what I'm saying? Our people they don't know, man. This is why they got to go back and ask, man. This is why the Most High things written aforetime written for I learn to understand this, man. Blessed he that readeth, man. With all that get understanding, man. Our people just on the surface level, they just see us, y'all just out there preaching hate. No, we telling you about the hatred that the Edomites have done unto you, man.
They say we're not doing nothing, but we're doing more than anybody else out here. What are you doing? What are you doing? Dude, we out here warning you about to happen. We're giving you a fair warning. We're doing something. We're following our Lord.
Beware.
Beware. Give a fair warning. You know what I'm saying? Go on. Read that verse 5 again. Read on.
This is 2nd Ezra chapter 1, verse 5. Go thy way and show my people their sinful deeds and their children their wickedness, for they have done against me, that they may tell their children's children. Because of the sins of their fathers are increased in them, for they have forgotten me and have offered unto strange gods. Am Am not I even he that brought them out of the land of Egypt from the house of bondage?
Go ahead.
But they have provoked me unto wrath and despised my counsel.
That's right, and that's why I look. And now look at the position that we've been in for thousands of years, up and right now, man. Okay, so the Lord has been dealing with us in a wrathful manner because of rebellion. Okay. You got Jake out here that's doing everything opposite of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, just like Esau's doing. All right? They follow the devil. So now we. Oh, go ahead. No, you can bring it up.
This is 2 Maccabees chapter 4. And I start at verse 15. Not sitting by the honors of their fathers, but lacking the glory of the Grecians, best of all.
Read it again and call it again.
2 Maccabees chapter 4. I'm starting at verse 15. Okay. 2 Maccabees chapter 4, verse 15. Not setting by the honor of their fathers, but lacking the glory of the Grecians, best of all.
Yeah, they like the glory of the Grecians. So-called, Esau. You know who he is.
And that's just like right here, right now, man.
Same thing.
We telling you that you Israelites, but you want to be Americans. You want to be black folks.
Yeah, you want to be anything, any and everything except the children of God.
I got a good precept.
Bring it up. Yeah,
real quick. This is Jeremiah 17:4. And thou even thyself shalt discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in the land which thou knowest not. For ye have kindled a fire in mine anger, which shall burn forever.
Yeah, you spoke that anger in Yahweh Shem Yahushua, so what did he do? You put your ass in slavery multiple times. Up until the point where right now you discontinue from heritage, you don't know who the fuck you are, you're serving everybody and anybody except Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Now look at you.
Con.
You
Hey.
goddamn mess. Now finish that
Now,
up.
real quick, if I may add, when now that the Lord is returning unto you, you're not even in your might mind to receive the truth. You straight gone, bro. The Lord, here it is. He came back. He returned unto you, and you through.
You
Like,
got people out here, you got men out here reading to you in plain English. The same Bible you got, we're reading to you in plain English, a couple of them what's going on in the news, and you still just driving by, you still just doing whatever the fuck you want to do, bro.
Con.
That's what the Lord's gonna do. You
Justified.
The Lord's gonna have your head today.
Yep.
Go ahead.
I'll start again. 2 Maccabees chapter 4, verse 15. Not setting by the honors of their fathers, but lacking the glory of the Grecians, best of all. By reason whereof sore calamity came upon them.
Calamity came upon them. Go ahead.
For they had them to be their enemies and avengers, whose customs they follow so earnestly, and unto whom they desired to be like in all things.
Yeah.
For it is not a light thing to do wickedly against the law of the Most High.
No, it's not. It's not a light thing to do wickedly against the laws of the Most High. That's a very heavy offense. You do it because you're doing it on purpose. It's one thing if you didn't know, all right? But once you find out and you're still doing it on purpose, guess what? That's not a light thing. Go ahead. You ain't being disrespectful. Go ahead.
But the time following shall declare these things.
Yeah, and guess what? We're in the time following. And everything is being declared right now. It's showing you. We can clearly see what's happening, what's going on in the news. We see what's going on in our day-to-day. We standing out here, right? We just been out here for what, an hour or some change?
Yep.
Are we seeing all types of this wickedness and folly going on out here? Someone wearing a big-ass fucking mask. It's not even Halloween.
The nigga that was with him said, I sold my soul for a popsicle stick.
Good, may the Lord.
That's what he said.
All right.
This place is through, dog.
Shit, you just trying to say something about it.
It's true.
He didn't do that. But you know.
Out of the mouth proceeded life and death.
You said it.
He's gonna have to pay for that.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to pay for that.
Yeah.
He said it to
Every idle word.
He said it's
Yep.
to Yahweh Shem Yahushua.
Yep.
That's like the worst thing you can do, bro. I mean,
Indians,
I'm not
man.
gonna mourn.
Yeah, you should give account for every idle word.
Exactly.
Yeah, you
That's
said
right.
that. You said that. I came out of your mouth.
But the Lord gonna hold you accountable today.
Yep.
So you did what? Yo, your soul is mine on some shame
Yep.
shit.
Come on. Thou fool.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like Sting and shit.
Idiot.
This is Second Ezra chapter 1 verse 7, verse 8. Pull thou off then the hair of thy head and cast all evil upon them. They have not been obedient unto my law. This is a rebellious people.
Perfect. Read that one more time.
Second Ezra chapter 1 verse 8. Pull thou off then the hair of thy head and cast all evil upon them, for they have not been obedient unto my law, but is a rebellious
people. Yeah, they don't do anything our Lord has told them to do. They want to do everything opposite of it. So what? It's going to happen to them. It's like we've been talking about.
It's like we read it in Joshua. What happened?
Yeah, death. What's going to happen to them? The penalty is death. All right? Because what? They are rebellious people. That's our people. The Israelites are the most rebellious people on this earth.
They did worse than did the heathen, man. You know?
Come past the wicked.
Yeah. These, what's to say? The deeds.
Come past the Ivets. The deeds of my people. Jeremiah 4, I think.
I got two. Let's start at Jeremiah 4 and 22.
Yep.
This is Jeremiah chapter 4, verse 22. Jeremiah 4, verse 22. For my people is foolish. They have not known me. They are sottish children. They have none understanding.
Read it again.
For my people is foolish. They have not known me.
The Lord's people are foolish. All right, you Israelites, you Jakes, you sons of Jacob and daughters of Jacob are foolish. You don't know the Lord. You're foolish. Look at you. Look at what you're getting involved in out here. Look at you. Look. I want you to look. Take your phone out. Do a little thing. Get the picture. You look at the camera and look at you. Look at yourself. Look at a goddamn fool.
Do a selfie.
Do a selfie.
Yeah.
With some backwards, man. You look like a goddamn fool.
And then it says sottish. I mean, an idiot or stupid.
Yeah. Read it out again.
It says, for my people is foolish. They have not known me. They are sottish children, and they have none understanding.
None at all. Go ahead.
They are wise to do evil, but to do good they have no knowledge.
You're quick to do evil. You're swift to do evil. You're a pro at evil. Yeah. Now you can get that.
It leads up to it.
Yeah. Now get it now.
It says they have no knowledge, right? This is Hosea chapter 4, verse 6. This is the book of Hosea chapter 4, verse 6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee.
Real quick before you read on, the Lord keeps saying, my people this, my people that, and they ain't got nothing good to say. The Lord ain't got nothing good to say about his people.
And furthermore, it ain't talking about everybody either.
His people.
Possessive. My is possessive.
He didn't say my earthlings. He didn't say, my humans. He's saying his people. What goes to show you that there's a separation between his people and other people on the earth. But he keeps saying his people are this and his people are that, and everything he's saying ain't nothing good.
Let me go to the first verse. This is Hosea chapter 4, verse 1. Hear the word of Yahweh, ye children of Israel. For Yahweh hath a controversy with the inhabitants of the land, because there is no truth, nor mercy, nor knowledge of the Most High in the land.
The Lord has a problem with you.
Children of Israel.
And not just everybody out here, which he does have a controversy with them as well. But we're talking about you Israelites, all right? You should know better. You got the Bible still here. It's not like it disappeared. No, it's still here. And you still don't know how to serve the Lord? The Lord got a problem with that.
The Lord gave us the answers, and now our people threw that off. They casted it off. They forgot, like I said, he says you have forgotten about me.
Now go back to chapter verse 6.
This is Hosea 4 and 6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, because thou hast rejected knowledge. I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me, seeing thou hast forgotten the law, thy power. So like the law of thy power, I will also forget thy children.
You see, and the children have been forgotten. You didn't keep the law, so all the children you came, all the generations that followed, they're all in perpetual hell, and ending with us.
Look at them. They're walking around right now, lost in the sauce.
Chicken eating, breathing all the air.
Breathing all the black man's air.
Man, it's good for nothing, man. And we say that we're not just hating on our people. No, we love our people, but we hate their ways.
We hate the evil.
They
love the good.
Exactly.
And in our 2/3 of our people just happen to be evil at this point in time. We're gonna love them in the kingdom.
They're gonna come back and
actually, we showing them love. We don't love them, but we showing them love because we hate them because they're evil. It's a love-hate relationship with us in the 2/3. But we gonna love them. We showing them love through what we doing right now.
This is a beautiful thing. This is a beautiful thing we're involved in. For our nation, talking about our people. This is a beautiful thing we're doing for our people. But they don't appreciate it. Some do. Some come up and they appreciate it, and the Lord's gonna be with them in that day.
That's right.
But the majority of our people, they walk on by. They despise the word. What's that one that says they despise the word?
Proverbs 13.
You want to find it?
Go to the next verse. This is Hosea 4 and 7. As they were increased, so they sinned against me. Therefore will I change their glory into shame. Yeah, and so that's what the Lord did. The more people sinned, the more people became generous, the more shame the Lord brought upon us, man, unto this very point.
Yeah, that's heavy.
Where our people don't even know who they are.
Yeah.
At least in these different captivities, all the Babylonian, the medieval Persian Empire, the Greeks, the Romans, we knew who we were. Our people knew who they were. Even when the 10 tribes left the Assyrian captivity, they knew who they were. But now today, our people calling themselves by bywords, proverbs, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. That's not biblical, man. But our people take pride in that, being Puerto Rican or Mexican, you know.
I almost added my own.
And that's a shame unto them, man.
That one.
You calling yourself after the name that the oppressor put on us, man.
Yep.
There ain't no glory in that. That's shame in there. All right? And our people is in a shamed state, man. Our people are shamed, man. Confused, man. Don't know what the hell is going on, man.
Yeah.
Out here lost sheep, man. That's why the Lord sent us out here. Because we speaking the words of the Lord. And guess what? The Lord's flock, his sheep is going to hear the words.
Yeah, man. And that's how we got it. You know, we heard something clicked in our head, something clicked in our psyche, in our spirit. To what? To do right. Okay. You know,
They want for him.
stop doing whatever we was doing in the world. We have to learn this. We have to continue to push. All right, learn more. So we can come out here and push to do right. While the rest of our nation wants to do whatever they want to do, and we know what they're just going to get rich.
This is 2nd Ezra chapter 9, verse I'm reading from verse 10 and 11. It says, "For such in their life have received benefits and have not known me, and they that have loved my law while they yet had liberty, and when yet place of repentance was open unto them, understood not, but despised it. The same must know it after death by pain."
You're gonna have to die. Again, the Lord is telling you what's going to happen to you if you're really not serious about this. If you're just out here in La La Land thinking everything's just gonna be fine, you're gonna be another iPhone and another this, another that, PlayStation 5 and all that. It's just tech and all this. You think you're in the wrong spirit. The Lord's going to bring death and pain on this earth. And if you have a problem with it, you despise His word, you despise righteousness, then you're going to learn it the hard way. You're going to learn it the hard way. And we're trying to tell you. All right? Just like Moses tried to tell them back in the day. Just like it. And the same thing is happening right now. It's just going to be more people trying to tell you. The Lord is very merciful in this thing. He's showing you through all these people in all these cities that get right. Something bad is about to happen. Now you can go back to chapter 1. And go back to chapter 1 and if you have something to read out.
It's Isaiah chapter 30, verse 12. "Wherefore thus saith the Holy One of Israel, because ye despise this word, and trust in oppression and perverseness, and stay thereon."
Yeah,
that's it?
Yeah, good.
Done. "Therefore this iniquity shall be to you as a breach ready to fall, swelling out in a high wall, whose breaching cometh suddenly at an instant."
It just busts open, man.
Yeah.
And you can't stop it. You trust in oppression, you trust in perverseness. Everything contrary to righteousness. You in it. You all in it. All in. Head first. Oh, we're gonna do this. I'm gonna rob this nigga. Smoking, whatever. Do adultery. Everything that you know you're not supposed to be doing, you're doing it, man. Adultery, man.
Why should you do evil?
Come on, dog. Adultery, bro. That is disgusting, bro. That shit just pisses me off, bro. I don't like that shit.
Yeah.
I don't like adultery, bro. I hate that shit, bro. I don't like that shit, bro.
Hey, real quick, because the nigga will boast about adultery. Like, yeah, that nigga eating my nuts. Wait a minute. You eating his nuts?
You eating his nuts,
Shit.
too, Shaq.
Dumbass.
What are you talking about? You see? That's what I'm talking about. They in that.
Why should do evil?
Why should do evil?
That's nasty.
They really good at it. They know when to go into the house and when to, freak off on this poor girl. I ain't gonna say poor girl. Fuck that girl. She's an adulteress. And I hate them too. Go ahead.
This is 2nd Ezra chapter 1 and verse 9. Yeah, verse 9. "How long shall I forbear them
unto whom I have done so much good.
How long?
Yeah, 36. Yeah,
Yo,
Slack.
you've done so good unto
Change.
us, man. The Lord is so great to us. Yahweh Shem Yahushua was so it has been so great to us. And you spit in a man's face. Go ahead. Go ahead.
2nd Ezra 1:10. Many kings have I destroyed for their sakes.
Yep.
Pharaoh with his servants and all his power have I smitten down.
Yeah, man. You remember what he did with Pharaoh? See that?
Okay.
He had the pillars of fire and everything stopped and all that. They came, tried to come, they drowned him, split the Red Sea, and they crossed over and they crashed on. Yo, that's amazing.
Man, that's the ultimate L. Just think about it, man. Imagine, you in school or whatever, whatnot, you see somebody whoop somebody else's ass, you might talk about it the rest of the day, maybe the next day, the day after. Imagine talking about somebody getting their ass beat in Egyptian times. We still talk about the Exodus to this same day, man.
Thousands of years later.
There was other people that got slain, other nations that got slain, but we still talk about with the Pharaoh, how he got drowned, man. They make movies about that, man. All right, how the Lord destroyed him and his army, man. Think about that, man.
At least a couple of times a decade, another Egypt movie comes out, man. Because it's such a big point in history that actually happened that it's stuck in everybody's spirit. It actually happened. Well, how it was written, it happened. I know it sounds crazy, but that happened.
Yeah, scientists have even found the chariots, man, on the bottom of the red, or the Suez Canal.
See that? They all busted up and everything. This is what happened. That happened. That was something else followed by history.
Yep.
Jesus Christ. I'll wait. You got stuck.
Hey, but ultimately, that's spiritual though, because why? Hey, he's blowing a horn and pretty dangerous. We out here blowing a trumpet, but what? Just like them, they don't want to move. Our people they don't want to dance, man. They don't want to goddamn listen to this song. Like, okay, I got it. Yeah, they're like, nah, turn that shit off, man. You know what I'm saying? But look, just like if they want to be like, man, fuck that sound, you want to keep your car there, impending danger, man.
Hold that and get the pipe. Read that last one you just read one more time.
2nd Ezra chapter 1, verse 10. Many kings have I destroyed for their sakes. Pharaoh with his servants and all his power have I smitten down.
That's right. Again, Pharaoh that he's smitten and all his power and servants is smitten down. And again, that was a major point in Israelite history, in world history. Let's say it like that. And the brother's got an account here in a minute. He's gonna bring out because what? Scripture he's gonna bring out because it was such a big point in our history that it still sticks with us today. And the same thing, that same salvation that we got back then in Egypt is gonna happen again. Yeah, a greater one that is gonna outclass Egyptian salvation. Okay? Go ahead, bro.
What do you want?
Jeremiah.
Yeah, but he wants something else right now. This is Jeremiah 16, verse 14.
Spirit.
Therefore, behold, the days come, saith Yahweh, that it shall no more be said, Yahweh liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt.
Right, because there's going to be another salvation, all right? Another salvation that's going to completely outclass the salvation we had out of Egypt, which was so amazing that we still talk about it to this day, all right? That they still make movies and blockbuster movies about it to this day. That they still read to the kids about it to this day, all right? We're not going to be talking about that no more. That's going to be played out. That's going to be some old shit. You ain't talking about that Egypt, man. That's old school, man.
Yeah.
Because look, the Lord led the children of Israel out of Egypt with one chariot, man.
All
right?
That's the spirit,
and he didn't really use the chariots to destroy the goddamn Egypt. But guess what's going to happen here to Babylon, man?
Yeah.
Multiple chariots going to come in and deliver the children of Israel up out of this bad boy and then destroy this place, man. And by thermonuclear missiles, man. And by all these other calamities, race wars and all these different things, man.
It's going to be talked about forever, even forever.
This place is going to be sitting here as a monument. It's not, Egypt is still kind of inhabited to this same day. People go there and live.
Hey, absolutely,
They got McDonald's over there in Cairo and Egypt, man.
Hey, but the people, remember, the people before the place. They not even in
The
Egypt.
Egyptians are actually.
You know what I mean?
It's right.
And look, they ass up the Sudanese. They don't even know they were Egyptians, man. They
Hopping around.
yeah, they dumb as hell. They can show you the power of the Lord, bro.
They're tall as fuck too.
Yeah, they tall as fuck.
They're tall as fuck. You put that. You said that video
Yeah,
a couple weeks ago.
Elder Tahar mentioned it a couple years back, and then some Edomite just recently went over there, and then you look at the Sudanese, they tall as hell, pitch black. That's how you know those Egyptians, because when you go to Isaiah the 43rd chapter, it said the Sabians, Egyptians, men of stature. All right, and then also they said a bull is worth more than money and gold. They honor that bull, which is the Apis bull, going back to Egypt. You know, so that's them, bro.
So real quick, to add on to that, Mizraim or Matazarium was a son of Ham, and out of that lineage, all right, came the Philistines. They were because the land, the name Philistine talks about the land, but there was a certain son of Matazarium that was called, it starts with a C, I can't remember right now, but those are the Philistines, where Goliath came from. And what was Goliath? He was a giant. So they come out of Matazarium, which were the Egyptians, them big ass Hamites, man.
Which is still alive today in South Sudan, poor as fuck.
Hey, I was gonna say, when you look at the old Egyptian hieroglyphs in the pyramids, right? They actually show you about when the children of Israel was in captivity over there, right? You had this tall ass Egyptian. Yeah, well, I mean, I'm saying, he had a tall Egyptian, he got Israelites by their hair. He's standing up, and he's got them off the ground, just holding them by their hair, which is like braids, all right? But you can tell that the Israelites was way smaller than the Egyptians.
And that probably wasn't an exaggeration either, because they was really taller. Everyone was bigger back in those days, so you can imagine how big those motherfuckers were.
Yeah, because if Goliath was a giant, King Saul was about 16 feet.
Yeah, because
and he was still smaller than Goliath.
Right, because I was gonna say with David, he couldn't even wear his armor, and I believe there's an account where Saul tried to throw that damn javelin at somebody and caught their ass up on the damn wall. You know what I'm saying? Like, imagine how big this motherfucker's got to be to, be walking around like this.
With a javelin.
That's what I'm saying. How big you got to be for this? This ain't no regular size dude, man.
Regular degular.
You love me. Go ahead, finish that off.
Back to Jeremiah 16, I'll start at 14 again. Therefore the days come, and saith the Lord Yahweh, that it shall no more be said, the Lord Yahweh liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt.
No more of that,
But the Lord Yahweh liveth, that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north.
That's right.
And from all the lands whither he had driven them.
There's more of that?
And I will bring them again into their land that I gave unto their fathers.
So he's going to deliver us out of the land of the north and out of all the lands that he had driven us.
It's like foreigners.
Okay, what's the land of the north, brothers? We in it right
North
now.
America.
Yeah, so the land of the north is North America. All right?
Yep.
Which is the main deliverance.
Yeah, the main deliverance.
That's what Jake is.
And that's why I said, and the land where they were scattered.
Yep.
That goes back to show you that the Israelites were scattered across the four corners.
But what the main deliverance is going to be here in America. That's why it specifically says the land of the north and from all the lands where he had driven them.
I'm glad it says that, man. I'm glad, they
clarifies it.
Yeah, I'm glad it was in there like that, because it just breaks down and proves the point. It drives it home.
It proves where Babylon the Great is.
Yeah.
It proves where the great salvation. The place of great destruction is going to be the place of great salvation.
Salvation. Yeah, it's gonna be a great salvation. And they're gonna see the salvation. And they're gonna be mad. The whole world's gonna see it. Yeah, exactly.
They gonna be like, what the fuck is going on here?
Not them. No, where is them?
Them.
Hey, just think about the Egyptians,
Go
man.
ahead.
Think about how proud the Egyptians was, man. We Egypt, bro. Look at all the shit that we got. And they had the Israelite slaves. They was a bunch of niggas to their ass, right? But when that chariot came, and the Pharaoh was out in the Red Sea, and the miracles was being done, it was being done for the children of Israel, man. They're slaves, they're servants, the niggas to them at that time, you know what I'm saying? And then they, fuck that, we gonna go Pharaoh aid. The Lord was hardening his heart, you know what I'm saying? Because he didn't let him go. But then the Lord hardened his heart, and then he went out there like, fuck that, we the Egyptians, man. There ain't no other power on the face of the earth that can match us right now, right? They walked out to the goddamn water, and then that was that, what you gonna see here in America, that Wisdom of Solomon chapter 5, man. This is the biggest fucking L they gonna take. How the fuck is these niggas counted as the children of the Most High, man? Righteousness is not shown unto us, man. We weird our ways where there is no righteousness, man.
Yeah, Lord's gonna harden
we've been forsaken.
Say again?
We've been forsaken, that's why.
So nobody thinks
Yeah,
we're
nobody,
gonna
exactly.
receive
Like,
salvation.
nobody worrying about
We
them
in the
niggas.
slums, in the hoods, nobody. Yeah, nobody thinks that we gonna be saved on so-called UFOs.
God forgot about them.
Get on Lamentations 2 and 15.
And the place where we was brought to shame, the Lord gonna give us that fame, man.
Yeah, that's coming.
Just like in Egypt.
Yep.
Yeah. 1 second, let me get this. Yeah, man. You still got that.
Lamentation 2 and what?
15. 14.
This is Lamentations chapter 2, verse 14. Lamentations 2 and 14. The prophets have seen vain and foolish things for thee, and they have not discovered thine iniquity to turn away thy captivity, but have seen for thee false burdens and causes of banishment. All that pass by clap their hands at thee. They hiss and wag their head at the daughter of Jerusalem, saying, Is this the city that men call the perfection of beauty, the joy of the whole earth?
Yeah, they look at us like, them? Can't be, man. They walk by shaking their heads, fanning their hands, scoffing, talking shit, as they should.
And look at our people, man.
Yeah.
You look up our women who walk around talking about their queens and shit like this. That's how they view themselves in their eyes. But these are the same women that's out there twerking, butt ass naked and shit on the handstand, got butt ass on their ass cheeks. You know what I'm saying? And they think that they are some kind of godly people. But the people who know, like, God damn, look at these niggas, man. They got the whole world, but they want to act like this.
Yeah, you saw that video that my own sent on Instagram? That with that Uber driver, man, holy shit, bro. Imagine you have to deal with that shit, bro.
I got a quick thing.
Oh, real quick, okay, go ahead, pick it up.
Isaiah 60 and 15. Whereas thou hast been forsaken and hated, so that no man went through thee, I will make thee an eternal excellency, a joy of many generations.
So now that's the flip, yeah.
Got a precept to back that up,
Okay,
too.
yeah, go ahead.
This is Psalms 48 and 2. I'll start at 1. Great is the Lord Yahweh, and greatly to be praised in the city of our power, in the mountain of his holiness, is the point. Verse 2, beautiful for situation. The joy of the whole earth is Mount Zion on the sides of the north, the city of the great king.
Right, so those other nations were saying, is this the joy of the whole earth? Is this the beauty of perfection? Yes, it is. Okay, and you're gonna see the Israelites in their perfection, in their beauty, their true beauty, when the Lord actually salvages us.
Through,
okay.
boy.
When that day comes, you're gonna understand that yes, this is the beauty of perfection. Yes, this is the joy of the whole earth. And these other nations, they're gonna like we was talking about earlier, they're gonna want to follow us because they're gonna know where the power lies.
And that's just the nature of women, but and how you say soft men. All right, they flock to power, man. This is why all these other nations, besides that the earth was given into the hands of the wicked, most of these nations are flocking to Esau, man. They come up with better jobs, so-called better education, better weaponry, and all these different things. Because why? The earth was given unto them. That's their power structure, man. But when we come into power, we're gonna have the ultimate knowledge. All these nations gonna be coming to us for this, man.
Skull crack.
This is back in Lamentations. This is Lamentations chapter 2, verse 15. All that pass by clap their hands at thee. They hiss and wag their heads.
So basically they're mocking us, you know?
Like they walk by like,
they got something to say. That's basically what it means when they say they hiss and wag their heads and they clap their hands at us.
Better with your life.
They say they got something to say.
Racist. Rapist.
Get
a job.
It says they hiss and wag their head at the daughter of Jerusalem, saying, Is this the city that men call the perfection of beauty, the joy of the whole earth?
Yeah, that's the question.
Yeah, that's
Verse
heavy.
16, all thine enemies have opened their mouth against thee. They hiss and gnash the teeth. They say, We have swallowed her up. Certainly this is the day that we look for. We have found, we have seen it.
These are the different nations saying that. They're waiting for us to fall. As soon as we got them over there, they're confederate against us. As soon as they saw an opening, they took it. Because they knew that the Lord was with us at one time. And just since the Lord forsook us, it was like, oh yeah, they out there. Look at them. We get this. Took over. Now they got the children of Israel under captivity. They got slaves of the children of Israel. Alright, all these different Israelites are now under captivity of these heathen nations.
Ah, yes.
And that boosts their pride. They got now, hey, that's a beautiful thing. You got there, but there are enemies. Okay? We're enemies. But they gotta see, but they're winning. Read that 16 again.
This is Lamentations 2, verse 16. All thine enemies have opened their mouth against thee.
Talk shit.
They hiss and gnash the teeth. They say, We have swallowed her up.
Yep.
Certainly this is the day that we looked for, we have found, we have seen it.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing. They finally got their main prize, the Israelites under their captivity. Any more on that?
That was it.
Okay, come on. Go back to read the next verse.
2nd Ezra chapter 1 verse 11. All the nations have I destroyed before them, and in the east have I scattered the people of two provinces, even the pirates of Sidon, and have slain all their enemies.
Right, he did that for us. The Lord did that for us. All right, and we're acknowledging it now. But the majority of our nation, the majority of you Israelites, you Jakes out there, you don't acknowledge the fact that the Lord did that for you. That's the furthest thing from your mind. Oh, the Lord to our enemies. You're not thinking about that. Nobody cares about that.
Hey, think about right now, man. Deuteronomy 30 and 7, man.
Yeah.
The curse is falling upon our enemies right now. You don't understand how many people are dying from suicides right now. How many of these goddamn farmers are killing themselves right now, man. How many of these bankers and these investors are killing themselves, man. Really, they all Edomites, you know, and how many Edomites can't have children right now, man? But at the end all be all, these are the things right now we don't even have to slay our goddamn enemies, man. Our enemies are falling right here before our eyes, all right, and the Lord is raising us back up. But what? We don't even take knowledge to this, man. We seeing that Esau is killing off our people, and you want to march and everything like this. Well, come back to the Lord, man. The Lord's putting the spirit on these weak motherfuckers to go commit suicide left and right, man. Get on this opioid to go goddamn shoot up and go overdose, man.
Right.
All right, man. The Lord, we rejoicing every time we see these goddamn numbers, man. Goddamn, another 300, 400 Edomites and they committed suicide or whatever, whatnot. The farmers on further strike. The trade war is going off. That means more farmers getting fucked up. The blizzard out there in the Midwest. More farmers gonna go crazy and go kill themselves, man. Hey, the Lord is bringing us destruction to our enemies, and we ain't even gotta do nothing but believe on the Lord and do His will, man. That's all we got to do. We don't have to do nothing carnal. We don't have to go out there trying to destroy their farmlands and fuck up their economies and shit like that. The Most High put these goddamn Edomites in charge of the last year for His own self, man. They done voted Donald Trump up in office, and look, that shit is on a goddamn rapid decline swiftly, man. All right? And we ain't did shit about it, man. They ain't talking about, you take Trump out of office, we're gonna have a civil war. Yeah, what are you talking about? It's really y'all Edomites doing that, because Jack ain't really partaking in none of that shit to begin with, man. We don't vote or do none of that craziness.
Kind. The scriptures say they shall consume him with the spirit of his mouth, man. No, breaking down strongholds. That's all we got to do is prophesy into the wind. And the Lord, Yahweh Shemi Shai, is going to require why? Because His word is not returning to Him void, man.
God, we brought that out earlier. I think this brother did in 2 Thessalonians chapter 2.
Oh, okay,
about the son of perdition being revealed, but then you just brought out the precept of how he's being revealed, man.
Yep. He's being consumed. The foundations that He established, the BDG, the Biblical Destruction Group, we're breaking down these strongholds, man. You know, and bringing out the edification of facts. Right, because that's right, because of history.
The devil that the Bible speaks of can no longer hide, man. It's been made evident who they are.
That's right.
It's clearly the self-proclaimed white man.
That's right, bro.
If not, where and who is it? If it ain't him, then who is it? If he's not the son of perdition, then who is it? Like the brothers mentioned earlier, who's going around destroying countries, invading other countries? Look at the track records of this devil, man.
The deeds of the white man. Boy, I tell you.
You bring yours out first.
Fucking devils, man.
Done. This is Isaiah chapter 45, and start at verse 4. Isaiah 45, verse 4. For Jacob, my servant's sake, and Israel, mine elect, I have even called thee by thy name. I have surnamed thee, though thou hast not known me. I am the Lord Yahweh, and there is none else. There is no power beside me. I girded thee, though thou hast not known me. Going into the benefits the Lord does for us, you know, and we don't know who the hell He is.
Don't acknowledge the power.
It's actually majority of our people. It says in Isaiah the 1st chapter, I have nursed up children, you know, and they have rebelled against me. You know, this is what we've been doing constantly against Yahweh Shemi Shai. And He says, to what end? You know, all we do is rebel more and more. All we do is rebel against our power, and all these things He's done for us, for our sake.
That's why Slot. No, you got it.
Finishing up
You
with
got
the point,
it.
you know,
Yeah,
the
Slot.
rest of our people, as you can see today, they're long gone as they are before. It says they have revolted, they are gone.
Yeah, I was just gonna say to back you up, Slakia. I was just gonna back you up saying the scriptures say this is our reasonable service. You know, the Lord is the one that. That's why the scriptures say thy righteousness is filthy. You know, this is our reasonable service to be out here prophesying the downfall and destruction of our enemies. You know, because we were made to prophesy. All right, we are the servants of the Lord. All right, that's why the scriptures say, how can the clay say unto the potter, why hast thou formed me like this, man? We were destined, we were programmed to serve Yahweh Shemi Shai. You know, and he was going to make us do this regardless. That's why he have established the new covenant through the 1/3, through the elect. Okay, because Jake gonna come back in his right mind, but what he has to go through the destruction. He has to go through being purification of state, because he don't want to be purified with the wisdom and knowledge understanding of the Most High. So what? He has to be purified by thermonuclear fire. Either way, you're gonna go through fire, but Jake don't want to accept that. You know.
And at the end of the day, that's still a benefit, because in order for them to go into the kingdom, they have to be sacrificed.
Yeah.
Because they're not going to get beaten up. They're not going to get beat up in the chairs. They have to be put to death in order to receive the coming to the covenant.
That's right. That's right.
Be born through the what
Yeah, and that goes into the word mercy kill, man. 2/3 are going to receive a mercy kill, man. Which, when you go into the etymology of mercy kill, it means a patient that has an incurable disease. 2/3 have an incurable disease because what they have, the Most High have programmed them to not receive this truth. That's why Isaiah 5:4 says, "What have not been done in my vineyard that I have not done into it, man? I have predestined to be grapes, and now has became wild grapes." So the Lord already predestined 2/3 to be blocked for this knowledge, man. You know, so they gotta be purified by that thermonuclear fire, man. You know, you brothers got it.
Yeah. This is the book of Zephaniah, chapter 3. This is Zephaniah, chapter 3, verse 8. Therefore, wait ye upon me, saith the Lord Yahweh.
That's right. Wait upon the Lord. Go ahead.
Until the day that I rise up to the prey. For my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms, to pour upon them mine indignation, even all my fierce anger. For all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy.
Con, you see that? Read this from the top one more time.
This is Zephaniah, chapter 3, verse 8.
Go ahead.
Therefore wait ye upon me, saith the Lord Yahweh, until the day that I rise up to the prey.
Right. Wait upon the Lord until the day He rises up to the prey. We don't have to lift a finger. We're not to lift a finger on any of our enemies.
That's order.
Okay.
Vengeance is of the Lord.
Yeah. That's what that is. Read on again until you get to the vengeance part.
Therefore wait ye upon me, saith Yahweh, until the day I rise up to the prey. For my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms. That's that Joel chapter 2.
Yep, that's right.
That I may assemble the kingdoms, to pour upon them mine indignation, even all my fierce anger. For all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy.
Con, and now you bring that up.
It's Romans 12, verse 19. Dearly beloved, avenge not yourselves, but rather give place unto wrath. For it is written, vengeance is mine, I will repay, saith the Lord.
Yeah, the Lord's gonna repay.
And he's gonna, it's gonna be the Lord's vengeance, but he's gonna use his men to do so. Pursuing to Psalms 149, said that it's gonna be an honor to execute the vengeance written in the book. You know, and who's he gonna use to do that? It's gonna be the elect men, beginning with the elect. Okay, but the Lord's gonna put his vengeance, his anger, his fierce anger into those men to accomplish that fury, man.
Hey, that's Ezekiel 25 and
brother got it here.
This is Ezekiel 25, verse 12.
Spirit.
Thus saith the Lord God, because that Edom have dealt against the house of Judah by taking vengeance.
Who did?
Because that Edom have dealt against the house of Judah by taking vengeance.
You see that? Edom took vengeance against the house of Judah, the Israelites taking vengeance. Go ahead.
And hath greatly offended and revenged himself upon them.
Yes, you did. Go ahead.
Therefore, thus saith the Lord God,
so this is the words of the Most High.
I will also stretch out my hand upon Edom.
Okay.
And I will cut off man and beast from it. And I will make it desolate. Therefore, thus saith the Lord God, I will stretch out my hand upon Edom, and I will cut off man and beast from it, and I will make it desolate. From Teman, and they of the Dan shall fall by the sword.
Read the next verse.
And I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel.
Read it one more time.
Ezekiel 25 verse 14. And I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people
Read it
Israel.
one more time.
And I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel.
The Lord's going to lay his vengeance. The Lord's going to lay his vengeance, his vengeance upon Edom by the hands of his people, Israel. So like the brother just said, he's going to use men on this earth. He's going to use Israelites on this earth to exact his vengeance. Read on, Bubba Show.
Damn.
And they shall do in Edom according to my anger and according to my fury.
They're going to do in Edom according to the Lord's anger and according to the Lord's fury. They're going to do in Edom according to the Lord's anger and according to the Lord's fury. Imagine having the fury of God on you, man. Imagine what that feels like, having a fury. The Lord puts the Spirit on you to have all the rage and wrath and fury that He has pent up. We're talking about the fury of the Most High.
Hey, just think about it. When that shit happened the first time, what he do? He exterminated the whole goddamn planet Earth, saved 8 souls. He flooded the whole Earth in a decent way. I mean, by flooding it, he could have made it way more violent. He could have just put the Spirit on all the people to just kill each other, man. That would have been way worse, man. But, you know, he just drowned them all in the ocean, man. Hey, just think about that. You get mad, you don't think about that type of shit. Like, you know what? Like, nowadays, these people going, like, killing sprees and shit like that. Ain't nobody thought about destroying the whole goddamn planet. Let me devise a way to goddamn murk everything. You know what I'm saying? That's what the Most High gonna be like, man. 2/3 of our people got to go, man.
Yeah, because what you said, 2/3 of our people have to go, and a lot of these other nations are gonna have to be put down too. I mean, not the whole nations, but the people. It's gonna be a great slaughter. It's gonna be a great sacrifice. And you still got that, right? 34.
Hey, but okay. But also, like the scripture saying, you gonna put His Spirit on us and so on and so forth, right? It's like if we live here in Babylon, right, and we was to actually execute judgment, we might just be like this. You know what? That area is bad. We gotta execute judgment over there. This area is not so bad. It's kind of good. It's some good people who are undefiled. Hey, the Most High said every inch, every nook and cranny in this bitch got to go, man. Everything got to be burnt up because it's all defiled, man. So see, he even on a whole higher level than us, man, because we might be a little slack with certain shit. There's an account with Saul who did that, man. They were supposed to go and slay all the Amalekites, but then he left a couple. And the cattle.
Everything.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's supposed to slaughter everything, kill everything breathing, but he brought back what? Cattle and the king, man. All right, and being rebellious, man.
Yeah, and he had to die for that.
Yep.
Yeah, read the rest of that Bible.
It says, and they shall do in Edom according to my anger and according to my fury.
Shit.
And they shall know my vengeance, saith the Lord God.
So you see? So the vengeance belongs to Yahweh Shem Yahushai. You know, the Most High, Yahweh. Okay? Vengeance belongs to Him. But if you remain patient and you continue to do what the Lord asked you to do on this side in this flesh, guess what? There's a good chance that the Lord may use you as a vessel to exact His judgment. You know, that's a beautiful thing to look forward to. You know, this ain't of us. We're not going to go out there and get guns. We're not going to go out there and get swords and start a rebellion. No, we're not going to do none of that. We're going to come out here. We're going to preach the Bible, and whatever happens, happens. We know what's going to happen because we got the spoilers. All right, we know what's about to happen. You don't, but we're trying to hook you up. You do la. You ain't trying to hear it. So guess what? You're not going to be a part of it. You're going to be on the wrong side of it when it happens.
You're gonna receive the vengeance.
You're gonna be on the wrong
and
side.
not execute it.
Lord willing, we're doing enough work so the Lord have mercy on us and give us that. Because you know, deep down in our spirits, that's what we want.
Hell yeah, bro.
We want to do that, but we can't do that now. We have to wait for the Lord to lift brothers up. So we got to be patient with it. All right. And the Lord's gonna put the Spirit on us to do that. Even if the Lord said you do it right now and you won't get in trouble. I don't know if I'll be able to do that shit. I don't get the fury of the Lord. You gotta have the fury of the Lord to slay. Yep. Slay. You're talking about slaughter. We're not. We're not talking about just. You shoot the guy in the cold of the day. No, we're talking about slay. Like scores of people, man. Hundreds of people, man.
Hey,
you know. And that's not something that it's not something we ain't about. We're not a violent people, but we're not like a violent group or nothing like that. So don't get it twisted. But this is what the Bible was saying. That's a prophecy that's going to come to pass for the children of Israel.
Hey, Con, could back you up. The scripture say, here's the patience and the faith of the saints. The Lord is building up our patience, all right, and establishing our faith. And that's why we're suffering. The scriptures say, suffer patiently the wrath that has come upon you. Because we living in the time of Acts, man. The Lord, a lot of mercy is getting ready to be bestowed too, man. You know, you still got the miracles. All right, you still got spiritual powers, healings coming. All right, so before the destruction, before the slaughtering, before the going into the caves and going into these underground bunkers and getting these Edomites, getting these devils that escape the thermonuclear destruction, the Lord is sealing up the 1/3, man. You know, the Lord is going to use the man of the Lord to act out these spiritual powers, man. All right, these miracles and certain things. Then that vengeance is going to be bestowed upon a man, because Jeremiah 16 says, if I'm not mistaken, it says, they shall be fishers and then turn into hunters, man. So right now we fishing for the elect, but real soon the Lord going to pull those rods in, which is his sword, all right, which is the scriptures, all right, and then what? You going then that rod is actually going to be an instrument of death, all right, which is a physical two-edged sword, man. All right, so the Lord is going to instrument this translation of power. That's why the scriptures say, about riches gotten by deceit, the kingdom is given, man. All right, to one people to another. So the Lord is going to have a series, translated, a series of events happening that's going to institute that wrath being bestowed upon you other nations, man. Exactly, brother. Series, you know, because this is movie.
It's Zephaniah chapter 1. Verse 7, hold thy peace at the presence of the Lord Yahweh, for the day of the Lord Yahweh is at hand. For the Lord Yahweh hath prepared a sacrifice, he hath been his guest. So going into holding your peace, you know, ultimately, because this is the wrath again. This is the wrath of the Lord. You know, ultimately, right now we're just sheep. You know, we're trying to get delivered out of here, and in due time, in due season, like the brother's quoted, Christians turn into hunters. But right now, we're feeble. We're worms. You know, we're not raising up arms. We're not. That's why it says, you know, wait till I raise up against the prey. You know, we're just men out here. The Lord in due season is going to raise us up, but it's not that time right now.
But he says you got a great sacrifice.
That's right.
And he bid the guest, you know, going into 2/3 of the sacrifice. He saw Edom and Edom nations. He bid the guest of this great sacrifice, and the Lord's going to raise
the slain of the Lord shall be many.
I'm talking about, man.
You know?
What's she doing? Oh no.
That's the
Lock him up. Lock it up.
He's a pest, man. Get rid of this nigga.
You can get Isaiah 34, and then you read off.
Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 19. The portion of Jacob is not like them, for he is the former of all things, and Israel is the rod of his inheritance. Yahweh of hosts is his name. Verse 20. You know, I read that to read, you know, to go into what we're going into. He's talking about the Israelites, all right, the children of Israel. Verse 20. Says, thou art my battle axe and weapons of war. Woo! For with thee will I break in pieces the nations, and with thee will I break in pieces the kingdom.
Yeah, destroy kingdoms, right? Read it again.
This dude here bugged out.
Man, go on, man. Get out of here.
Read it again.
Jeremiah 51 and 20. Thou art my battle axe and weapons of war.
Thou art my battle axe and weapons of war. He's talking to the Israelites. This is what he said in verse 19. Go ahead.
It says, for with thee will I break in pieces the nations, and with thee will I destroy kingdoms.
Yeah, so with thee will I break it. With thee will I break it. You're going to use you Israelites to break in pieces nations, kingdoms. It's going to get into it. Read more.
Verse 21. And with thee will I break in pieces the horse and his rider, and with thee will I break in pieces the chariot and his rider.
Yeah, he's going into Esau's military shit, man. Yeah, see, there goes the spirit. You know, the Lord's going to break in pieces with the Israelites, the horse and his rider going into the Esau's military. He's going into these other nations' militaries. He's going to use simple men on the earth. He's going to raise them up to a power to take them out, man.
That's right.
We're talking about actual tanks.
Hey, but think about this. The Most High took raised up the bases of men and gave them a sword to conquer the whole goddamn world. So how much more the Israelites being raised up into their first estate, how much more, you know, conceivable is that to happen, man? It's a lot harder to think about that Esau was going to come into power because he's feeble. He abased the bases of men, all right? And there's no knowledge in him. And the Most High not even dealing with him. But if the Most High brought him from that, you know what I'm saying? Just spraying in the goddamn woods and eating juniper roots and shit like that.
To all this.
To all of this.
Damn,
you know?
All right, so it's not far-fetched, man. We the children of the Most High, man. We already had that glory, man. We in a fallen state right now, man. You know what I'm saying? So it's not far-fetched.
Yeah.
It's written, man. We know it's coming. Go ahead, read a little more of that.
Jeremiah 51:22. With thee also will I break in pieces man and woman, and with thee will I break in pieces old and young, and with thee will I break in pieces the young man and the maid.
Yeah, so it don't matter if you're a man, woman, young, old, doesn't matter if you're a little boy, if you're a 10-year-old girl, you're going to get slaughtered if you don't got the mark of exemption on you. The Lord got a number for you, man. And you're gonna die, bro. That's what we're trying to tell you, man. The Lord is gonna use his people to do that. He's gonna use his Israelites, his ones, his servants to exact that judgment. That's what we're telling you. And he's gonna raise us up, and it's gonna be with spiritual powers. It's not gonna be of our own will. It's gonna be of the will of Yahweh Shem Yahushai.
That's right.
We ain't got no power on this side, man.
That's
Our
right,
power
bro.
is in the heavens. So we're gonna wait for our Lord with patience, all right, for that beautiful day. So we're gonna use patience, all right, and then we're gonna watch. We're gonna keep praying. We're gonna see, all right, it's getting closer. We see, oh, that shit happened over there. Oh, this shit just happened over here today. Oh, this is gonna go down. Okay, we're getting closer to the end. As the end gets closer and closer, we know that this is gonna happen. He's gonna raise us up. We're getting that close.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
Yeah, great. So Isaiah chapter 34, start at verse 5. Isaiah 34, verse 5. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven.
Right.
Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea.
God, that sword that's bathed in heaven first and foremost.
Idumea.
Yeah. You see, the sword that's bathed in heaven is those nuclear missiles. All right, those nuclear missiles are shot from the ground. All right. So what do? They go all the way up into the firmament. All right. They split
ends of the earth.
Yeah, to the ends of the earth. They split into different stages. And what do? They come back down. They're bathed in heaven, literally.
Job explains that.
That's it. Yeah, that's it. Into the going up.
Well, I'm saying, he said the gold comes out of the body.
The gold comes,
like
number 20, chapter 20 is
kind of like, yeah, you're right, Bob.
You can bring that out, man. I think it's chapter 20 is towards the
quiver.
Yeah.
And that goes to show you, man, the prophets see,
weapon.
Yeah, the prophets, they all seen the same thing, man. They just described it in different ways, but they all saw the same thing, man. They saw these nuclear missiles.
Talking about being bathed in heaven. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how they being delivered. They got to go up into what they call.
Let the brothers see. Let the brothers see. Show them.
It's like,
They're right here, live and
you know, they talk about you know what they call outer space, right? These missiles have to go out into outer space and they come back down, man. They rain back down, man. It's the Most High sword being bathed in heaven, man.
coming from the ends of the earth.
There's a video. It said those things fly higher three times higher than the International Space Station.
And they burn 20 times hotter than the sun.
200, yeah, cuz.
Amazing, man.
Yeah.
20 million degrees.
Turn the dust in a split second.
Literally.
Anyways, finish that.
Isaiah 34 and verse 5. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven.
Woo!
Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea.
And Idumea is just the Greek way of saying Edom, Esau, or Edom rather.
Yep.
Now it's referring to America.
Yeah.
Yep.
Idumea is America, spiritual America.
That's right.
This is the way like in the Old Testament, in the book of Isaiah. This is a prophecy. All right, that sword again is the nuclear destruction.
That are not yet done.
So read it again.
Isaiah 34 and verse 5. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven.
Damn.
Behold,
That's heavy.
it shall come down upon Idumea
Yeah.
and upon the people of my curse to judgment.
Yeah, people, the curse is Idumeans, the Edomites. All right, people who run this nation. Read on the next verse now.
Isaiah 34 verse 6. The sword of the Lord Yahweh Bashem El Shai is filled with blood.
Right.
It is made fat with fatness.
Right.
And with the blood of lambs and goats.
Hey, because the reason it said it made fat with fatness and the blood of goats, because that's what you use to sacrifice. That's what that's going to be. It's going to be.
Sacrifice. Yeah.
It's gonna say it.
Yeah, that's heavy.
Yeah, it's gonna say it too.
And with the blood of lambs and goats.
Hey, it's like real quick, and you can kind of twofold. You can apply that to 2/3, and Jake's gonna die too. Jake's and he's gonna die. Yeah,
goats and
Oh yeah,
so
huh?
Oh shit, yeah.
The sword gonna be bathed with 2/3.
Yeah.
I'm saying you put that on.
You hear that, brothers? Yeah, that's beautiful, man. That's beautiful.
Hey, that's
that down.
Jake's in.
damn.
Rick Jake's in here.
Another precept to back you up is Joel 12 and 10. The deceive, Esau and the deceiver are his, man. So the Lord got Esau, these other heathen nations, a remnant of them, and the 2/3 who deceive. You know, deceive. Because what 2 Thessalonians it says, deceive with all deceivableness those that will not believe the truth. You know, so Esau and the 2/3, man.
Both
You know?
sides on the shipwreck.
That's right.
Go ahead.
Out of there.
Isaiah 34 verse 6, the sword of the Lord Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, is filled with blood. It is made fat with fatness,
Right.
and with the blood of lambs and goats,
Let's go ahead.
with the fat of the kidneys of rams. For the Lord Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, have a sacrifice in Basra,
Woo!
and a great slaughter in the land of Idumea.
And Basra is like a chief city of Edom. All right, it's like one of the capital chief cities, if I remember correctly. All right, like Uz and these different places.
You're right about that.
Yeah. So it's showing you this, specifically talking about the Edomites. Specifically talking about the Edomites. That there's something bad is gonna happen to them in the end days.
Yep.
All right. So the Lord has a sacrifice for them, man. They're gonna be just completely, utterly destroyed. And that goes for 2/3 of our people too, like the brother just said. Because you 2/3, you're worse than Edomites.
And it's spiritual because what? Where would you make the sacrifices? You make a sacrifice upon the altar. Right now, America's the altar because what? Throughout every major city, you got men giving up them sacrifice, spiritual sacrifice. So this right now is an altar. We giving that a sacrifice up. So this is considered an altar. And guess where that sacrifice, that great sacrifice, is going to be?
America.
Here in America, man.
Yeah.
And also the scripture says that the land, blood defileth the land. That land can't be cleansed but by the blood of him that spilled that blood, right? So what Esau do when he came over here, man? He defiled this here land with the blood of the really all of Israel, really. But then at the end all be all, he's got to sit here cleanse this here land, which is gonna be a perpetual desolation, but with his own blood, man. He's gonna wind up dying right over here in Babylon, man. That's right. All right.
And the other thing the brother just said too about, you know, just being an altar. All right, when you do the sacrifices, our bodies are living sacrifice. Through that Romans 12:1. Yeah. So I mean, there's sacrifice going on right now on the spirit, but that physical, real sacrifice is going to come when the Lord decides to open up the gates, and it's going to be a bad day for you Edomites. It's going to be that's it on that one, brother. What I have?
Yeah, that was some song.
Oh,
that jug too.
I guess it's that season now.
Yeah. I mean, we can get back. It'll make its way back.
All right, cool. What did you have? Yeah. Oh, yeah. You get that one. Yeah, get that one first, and then we get back to that.
Yeah, I got a second Ezra's too to go.
This is Joe. All right, easy.
No.
This is Job, chapter 20, verse 22. In the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. All right?
Yeah, the fullness, we're talking about Esau.
It's beginning now.
Yeah, he's in straits. He's in dire straits right now. He sees his kingdom falling apart.
He's in a position of difficulty, man.
Yeah, you got missiles aimed over here. It's about to go down, bro. Everything is getting your dollar. You know you want your dollar to crash, but you want to do your thing. Yeah. But exactly. Everything seems like it's falling. Rulership is slipping out of your grasp.
Yeah, it's not going according to plan.
Nah, it's not. You gotta make crash decisions.
Yep.
Hey, for instance, he's trying to get that F-35 program up off the ground, right? You're losing major components with them, with like Turkey and so on and so forth, man. More people are buying weapons from Russia right now, man. He thought he almost had the whole place dominated and everything all going good, but look, when he's about to fill his belly, all right, well, like the brothers read it, just let the scriptures take off.
It's gonna come out. Go ahead.
You got it up.
Yeah, it says, in the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits.
Right.
Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him.
That's right. And that wicked there is talking about the Israelites. That's talking about the Israelites in there. I think that word means laborers. If you look it up in the blue letter, the laborers. So it's because they're the wicked. So we're saying every hand of the wicked. So it's really talking about the bad things. Violence is gonna happen onto them. Wicked things are gonna happen onto them.
Even to his own people, Esau crime.
Yeah, every hand of the wicked.
And the spiritual demon Satan himself gonna turn on him. But that's who he vibing with.
Stand down in the multitude of
That's who's giving him his power right now. Through the Lord,
Yep, through the Lord, left hand side, of course.
Yeah, but that wicked, it means laborers, if I remember correctly. Your brother can look it up later. But read on.
It says, every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. When he is about to fill his belly, God shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him.
Yeah, you mad because you hungry. You ain't gonna eat tonight. You mad? Yeah, you ain't gonna eat tonight, bro.
The straits. He got his own people in the straits, man.
Straight. You're not gonna eat nothing tonight, dog. You're not gonna eat nothing.
Read it again.
You need to replace that hat with a MAGA hat.
Yeah, MAGA hat, yeah.
When he is about to fill his belly, God shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him.
Yeah, imagine this. You about to eat a nice, beautiful meal, and then somebody comes to slap that shit out of your hand, bro.
Yep.
You got a whole meal set there. You got a whole meal set up.
Salivating over it.
Yeah, like you got the rice, you got this, you got the corn on the cob, you got the wine right there, you got a glass of water with a lemon right there.
Somebody flip
you
your
got
table.
the steak and all that good stuff there, all the vegetables set. Big ass plate, bro.
Yes.
Just gourmet with truffle oil over it, smelling good as absolute shit. You about to eat, you got your fork out, and then somebody comes, get that shit the hell out of here, slap that shit on the ground, dog.
Hey, you know how plates sound when they fall. That shit dramatic as hell when plates fall.
Everybody turn around.
Like, damn, everybody like, oh shit.
All that's the nations.
It's just a cup that just, it'd be like a little cup that just fell, but that should be dramatic as hell.
That's the read that again, bro?
Yeah.
The Lord's gonna do that to these Edomites, bro. They're gonna slap that shit out of their hand, dog. Making a big scene. Go ahead.
It says, when he is about to fill his belly, God, I'm reading verbatim,
Of course.
shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him.
I mean, he's gonna destroy them, right? When he's about to set up his new world order, in other words. So when everything seems like it's an awesome, the microchip, everybody's getting the chip, all right? You know, they're about to get into Iran or whatever the case is. Everything seems like
completely.
you know, the enterprise is about to be set up.
I got you right here.
Go.
This is Job chapter 5 verse 12. This is Job 5 and 12. He disappointed the devices of the crafty so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise.
Oh, perfect. I ain't confident.
That's a cold one.
You see that?
Yeah,
You know,
that's
you
on
read it
point.
again, but so I can
This
catch
is
that.
Job chapter 5 verse 12. He disappointed the devices of the crafty.
Yeah.
Going to that word, devices meaning their plans, their plots, all right, the ideas, what they want to come to fulfillment.
Inventions.
Yep.
The invention, yeah, there you go. Yes.
They say so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise.
You're not gonna be able to establish a new world order because it's not written that it shall come to pass like that.
Yep.
All right. What is written to come to pass is you're about to fill your belly, and then the Lord's gonna bring wrath upon
Right,
you.
so before he fills his
Yeah,
belly.
yeah, right before he gets down, you about to say, you about to celebrate.
Big
You one more bite from filling your belly,
Huh?
and the Lord's gonna come and smack it out your hand.
And nope.
Can I bring out a quick reset real quick, bro? I'm trying to make a
course.
point.
Yeah.
He's making a good point here.
Yeah.
It's Revelation chapter 9, verse 20. Well, hey, that's the spirit because it's going into the missiles. This Revelation, I'm gonna start verse 16 real quick and bear with me. Revelation going to the missiles 9 and 16. And the number of the army of the horsemen were 200,000 and thousand. And I heard the number of them talking about the missiles, 200 million missiles. It says, and thus I saw the horses in a vision, and them that sat on them, having breastplates of fire and of jacinth and brimstone, and the heads of the horses were as the heads of lions. So that's where the power at in the missiles. All right, the warhead. That's why he called it a warhead. It says, and out of their mouths issue fire, smoke, and brimstone. By these three were the third part of men killed. And that's what we talking about. Esau, the third part of men. The three classifications of men: the sons of God, the sons of men, and the sons of the wicked. It says, by the fire and by the smoke and by the brimstone which issue out of their mouth. For their power was in their mouth and in their tails, because the tails is what propel it, the rockets. All right?
Silo, yep.
Yep. It says, for their tails were like serpents, and that's how I do. It do that little certain move before it goes out. It says, and had heads with them, they do hurt. Because that's where the power in the missile, the nuclear missiles and the warheads. All right, so in the heads, they do hurt. It says, and the rest of the men which were not killed by these plagues, going back when he about to fill his belly, right? Yet repented not of the works of their hands, that they should not worship devils and idols in gold and silver, and brass and stone and of wood, which neither can see nor hear nor walk. Neither repented they of their murderers, nor of their sorceries, nor of their fornication, nor of their thefts. So, because they're going to be pissed off, man. Because, right, it say right when they're about to fill their belly, right? That's why I was telling the brother, the Lord's going to wait till they get so close. Because if he wait till they like far from it, the effect not, not gonna be that good. But if you wait till somebody get like so close and then you just take it from them, because imagine how much work they had to put in to get that close. So they gonna be pissed off. So they're not gonna repent, man. They're gonna be mad, man. They're gonna be literally cursing the Most High, talking shit to him and everything.
And
The
that's,
elites.
that's,
Make it
and
through,
that's
man.
spiritual too, going
You know?
into the story of Jacob and Esau. Esau, he went out to what? Go fetch the Vincent to go get his blessing.
God.
You know, he's coming back as soon as he came back.
What is birthright?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. When he came back, and the Lord already gave the birthright to Jacob. You know,
He was finished.
Esau was about
So
to build,
close,
he was
yeah.
so close to getting it. It was dramatic. As soon as Jacob healed off, Esau
Yeah.
came right in, storming.
Bless me.
You know, and then he said, who is what? Isaac said, who are you? Who's
Yep,
this?
yep.
You know,
Damn.
and that's exactly what's gonna happen again. Esau's getting ready to get rejected.
Kind. Yep.
Yep. And he was so close, man. All right.
Yeah, that's like the movie, the Planet of the Apes from '69. You did it! Yeah, they realized it was over, man. He realized, oh fuck, man.
Yep.
You did it!
Yep. If you haven't watched that old one, you gotta watch that old one. 1968,
Yeah,
Planet of the
yeah.
Apes. You gotta watch that one, man. All right. It's Revelation. It's like in Job 20, verse 22. So back at it. No, 23. It says when he is about to fill his belly, and we just read how the horsemen, all right, slayed the third part of men. Okay.
Which is symbolic for the missiles.
Yep, exactly. It says, God shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating.
So while he's still in the process of setting up
Yep.
his new world order, that's when the missiles will come. Because this is his agenda. Esau's agenda is to set up World War III. Albert Pike had a plan of 3 world wars.
That's right.
So
Wars and
they've
dogma.
already, this is their agenda. This is their
That's their prophecy,
enterprise.
so-called.
Yep.
Yeah, that's their enterprise. This
Yeah.
is their in devices, man.
Yeah.
Wars and
Their
dogma.
intentions, man. They want this to order out of chaos. You know, they want this to come to pass.
Because just how the righteous follow laws, the wicked got laws too that they abide by. They got prophecies that they intend.
They got councils.
Yeah,
you know,
that they intend to fulfill. So
Very
to say.
orderly, too.
You know,
Very
they got order on the left hand side
Got
too.
their high
man.
holy days, their sacrifice
Yeah.
days, and things like that too, man.
No different.
They super religious, man.
It's just on, it's the left hand side, you know. It's a balance. We got right hand, which is the ways of the Lord, and then Esau got his left is working on the left hand side,
Yeah. Hey,
which
and
is still
sorry.
ultimately of the Lord, but it's the evil. The Lord made good and evil, you know.
Yep, and back to Brother Ashok, what he was going into on Albert Pike, going into that New World Order for hundreds of years they've been trying to get into because he
That
wrote a
was the
book.
1700s.
He wrote a book called Morals and Dogma, man.
Or maybe
And he wrote out the 3 world wars in that book.
You said wars of dogma.
Morals and dogma.
Morals
So
and
going
And
into
even
what
in
you're
that
saying,
book,
laws.
they said they worship Satan in
Yeah,
that same
he was a
book.
33rd degree.
Yeah, he was
so
an open
Yeah.
open Satanist,
Yeah.
man. Yeah, they weren't hiding it.
yeah.
That's what they said. They highest power or the highest person they worship is
Yeah.
Satan.
They leave that chair open for Satan, man.
Right.
And then
the 13
he
chair,
actually
yeah.
manifests, man.
Exactly. That
They
at
have
round
counsel
table.
with him.
Exactly.
That's where they
Yep.
get their counsel from.
Exactly. Yep.
That's scary. We're
Yeah.
telling these are world leaders that do that shit.
Yeah,
you
and
know?
they have those dead. They have those dead men at that round table, man.
Because
You know?
remember, Moses, he did miracles
That's
on
crazy,
the right hand
bro.
side, but what? The magistrates had they were able to do the
Sources.
same thing
Yeah,
on
yeah.
the left hand side,
Yeah,
man.
that's right.
It didn't work as good,
Yeah, yeah.
but they were
Wasn't
still
as
able to
powerful, yeah.
do it.
Yep.
man.
Yep.
Because it's still ultimately from the Lord.
That's
you know,
right.
They working
Yeah.
to the Lord.
Yeah.
You know,
And Esau
through
knew that.
Satan,
Yep.
you know.
And they show
Yeah.
you that visual in the Prince of Egypt, that
Yeah,
cartoon.
Yeah,
Say,
yeah.
I remember how the serpent
Yeah.
swallowed
Oh,
them
yeah,
too,
kinda,
like
yeah.
it was showing.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
They singing the songs.
Yep.
I forgot what it is.
Yeah, but hey, they was like the brother said, they was able to do the same shit, but it wasn't as strong as Moses.
turn the water red.
Yeah.
They did that.
Yeah, they did that. Yep.
You know, and that's what Esau's gonna do through his miracles, man.
Before you read on,
Go
get that real quick. Verse 17.
Shall deceive many.
Sure. 1 second, brother.
Project Bluebeam. You know, he can project Jesus Christ, man. You know, shit crazy.
Well, shit, even through his Hollywood, man. That shit, you watch a movie, you think it would be real.
Yeah.
So what goes to tell you that he can do the same thing on CNN, Fox News, make you think something happened when it never even happened, man.
Exactly.
Niggas
Hoax.
think Wakanda was
That's a hoax.
You know? You know?
Looking up on the map.
Yeah.
Go ahead, bro.
This is Psalm 17 and 13. Arise, O Yahweh, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword.
Yeah, you see that? So we pray all the time to Yahweh Shem Yahshua to disappoint the wicked.
Sure.
Yeah.
shorten the days. Arise, disappoint him. Disappoint who? This man, the Idumeans, the wicked. All right, and he is. He's going at that moment when he's about to fill up and gain this prize. That's when the Lord's going to do it. We continue to pray, the Lord's going to do it. And it says the wicked, which is that sword. And we know who that is, man. Esau is the sword of the wicked, sword of the Lord.
Yep.
And now you can finish.
And that's beautiful you said that, because in the same book, Malachi say Edom is the border of wickedness, right?
Yeah.
So check this out. I lay this heritage to waste. Esau ain't trying to do nothing but follow after him. Babylonians.
What happened to them?
All one nation, you know, one mind. You know, the Tower of Babel.
Yep.
You know, under one, you know, order, so to say.
World order.
Exactly. So Esau, he ain't doing nothing new. It's called a new world order.
Done, and it failed.
Yeah, exactly.
It was
But
made to
Esau
wish.
just
It's really what it is. The again, it's the left hand side. It's evil, you know, which is all the nations, man, because they all did fall under that. They all try to do that, not per step like Esau's doing, but they all come under the banner of evil, you know. And Esau just happens to be the border of wickedness, you know.
Yeah, Nimrod, Antiochus do that. You know what I'm saying? But nevertheless, and what's wicked beyond that? Because the Most High divided the nations and gave them all their inheritance, man. He made everybody different from one another. But what? These fucking heathens, they want to make everybody all one, so it's easier to control their damn minds, man. All right?
Yep.
all right. It's back in Job 20. I'm gonna read 23 again. I'm gonna go to 24. It says, when he is about to fill his belly, God shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating. Verse 24. He shall flee from the iron weapon, and the bow of steel shall strike him through.
Here's the iron weapon right here.
That's right. That's right, bro.
It is drawn and cometh out of the body.
What's that?
Silo.
Yeah, gun.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, break it down.
Con, the silo, because when it opens up, it come out, you know, come out of the silo. And rather, and it's in a submarine.
Same.
All right, cruise.
A jet.
From a jet, from an actual
B-2 bomber or
ship.
something. Yeah.
You know, the missile separates, man.
It's coming from somewhere.
Yeah,
That's right.
In every situation, whether it be a
body.
torpedo or a submarine, ground base. You know what I'm saying? It's coming about basically like a quiver, like in the old days you had the arrows in the back of your quiver, man.
Yeah.
You got
it held the missile,
Right.
The arrow.
Yeah, so that same thing, that silo could be likened onto a quiver, you know, same thing, but it says the
And
body.
now they can put individual warheads on jets.
Oh yeah, there you do.
You know, they minimizing the size of these warheads.
tactical, real
Yeah,
small.
they got
tactical shit.
pocket nukes.
Yeah.
So it doesn't. But the main nukes is gonna come out of these silos, like you see right here, man.
big
The
boys.
Satan 2. Russia ain't building these nuclear weapons for fun. North Korea ain't testing nuclear weapons for fun. All right. Iran ain't building nuclear weapons for fun. These missiles are gonna be shot in America,
That's right.
and that's what the Bible says.
That's right.
Can you read it again?
Con.
Talking about iron weapons in the Bible. They don't read this in church.
Con. It says, Job 20, verse 24. He shall flee from the iron weapon, and the bow of steel shall strike him through. It is drawn and cometh out of the body. Yea, the glittering sword cometh out of his gall.
That glittering sword is these ICBMs, intercontinental ballistic missiles.
Yep.
Glittering sword, the weapons of the Lord's indignation. Go ahead.
Terrors are upon him.
Terrors are upon him, man, because when you see those missiles flying through the sky, the first thing in your mind is going to be a horrific thought, man. Terror, fear. Go ahead.
Con. Verse 26. Hey, nobody don't got to, but when the missiles come, hey, that's fine. Hey, it says all darkness shall be hid in his secret place. A fire not blown shall consume him. Not blown.
No one's sitting there.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah, because in those times you have to take a while to actually heat up a fire. You know, they sit there like
with
that
the
to
thing,
raise
yeah.
the temperature.
Yep.
Hey man, as soon as you got to look at how nuclear missiles work, whether it be the fusion or the fission situation, man. Hey man, once these got there, they take the tungsten rod and not a tungsten rod, it's
Uranium.
Uranium, yeah, they take uranium, like they have a certain way. It's like a gun trigger one. Where they hit that bitch in there, and then immediately, whether it's fusion
They take one element and fuse it into another one, and that shit is a fucking chain reaction like never before. Or they separate the shit, man.
That's right.
It's going down to the
Did a video on that.
to the
Spirit.
neutron, man.
Yep.
To the nucleus.
That's right. That's right.
We're talking about you shit you can't even see. It's,
That's right.
Well, the atom is where the nucleus is. You know, the center of it is the nucleus. That's why it's called a nuclear bomb. Because it's changing the nuclear or the nucleus, man. It's making it vibrate until like this shit just like the brother said, it's a chain reaction. That atom blows up, then the atom next to it, you know, and so on.
Exactly.
Chain reaction.
Yep. That's the nuclear chain reaction. That's right.
Man,
That's
why you see that shit's going
Yep. That's right.
like a goddamn sun just emitted on the goddamn river. What the fuck was that? That's just an immediate, man. You go try to start try lighting your grill on fire, man. Not on fire, but you know you got to grill. You know what I'm saying? You just trying to grill. How long you think it's? You know, you sit there for a minute. You got to light this part, put some lighter fluid or whatever on there, whatnot. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe wave it.
It take a while for it to get lit, man. But wait, when these nukes go off, man, as soon as they hit that goddamn ignite button, man, that's just woo.
That's right.
Fire not blown.
Yep. And that shit gonna be beautiful.
It
Be up in the chairs, like to actually see that fire, that like when you actually look at nuclear explosion, this shit's beautiful. Like the way
you can't look away.
Yeah, the way like this shit just
that
like,
light come out.
Yeah,
Like, wow. When brothers was there, we were doing that little bonfire. I forgot what brothers was there, but when you're looking at fire, man, it's mesmerizing. So imagine a lake of fire, man.
Yeah, that's right.
We're not Lord's will we don't smell. We're gonna be looking down from the chariot. It's mesmerizing.
Fire's
man.
cool as hell, man.
Yeah,
That's a cool thing, bro.
Yeah.
I love
cool element. Yeah.
And that just shows, for example, ultimately that's the purpose, is to show the power of the Lord. So the process of this happening, the nuclear missiles, is you can't see it with the naked eye, but the explosion, you're gonna see it throughout the entire world. They're
That's
saying hissing at the plagues.
That's right.
You know?
That's why Revelation. Oh, slap. You got it.
Look at Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 25, and then you can read the rest of that. Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 25. It says, the Lord Yahweh hath opened his armory and hath brought forth the weapons of his indignation.
The weapons of his righteous anger. The Lord, these nuclear missiles, these are the weapons of the Lord. They're not Esau's weapons. They're the weapons of the Lord, the weapons of his indignation, his armory.
Yeah, it says the Lord hath opened his armory and hath brought forth the weapons of his indignation. Come. For this is the work of the Lord God of hosts in the land of the Chaldeans.
What chapter was that?
Jeremiah 50, verse 25.
I like that destroying wind. 51?
Jeremiah 50.
Yeah. We could go on all day about nuclear destruction.
Yeah, I was gonna say, when you look at the videos of that, man, I was watching the video of how all that stuff breaks down, that immense amount of pressure and shit, man. You know what I'm saying? First of all, the blinding white ass light, man, that shit could burn your retinas just by looking at the shit, man. Then that immense amount of pressure, that shock wave that comes, and then that motherfucking heat wave that come and just start igniting everything on fire, man. You got things that so-called spontaneously combust because of this shit that's coming through, man. This ain't even talking about the actual fire wave that's coming to burn your ass up, man. It's like, it's like multiple waves of shit coming beforehand, man. You get hit with the shock wave, the blinding light, the immense amount of heat, or that pressure, and then all of a sudden it's a wall of fire that's coming to burn your shit up.
I'll tell you something about nukes, man. That is an awful, terrible weapon, man.
They call it what? Weapons of mass destruction.
It's a horrible thing that's been created, and that is specifically for the end times that we're getting ready to approach.
They've been making them for decades.
Yeah, since back in the 40s. Shit.
Nobody has used a nuclear weapon though on another country.
Not a nuke.
That was an atomic bomb.
Yeah, not a nuke. Yeah, we're talking about something on a high level.
Much more. This is the atomic bombs. There was I think 7,000 megatons, whatever.
That's nothing.
Roughly. These are hundreds of thousands of megatons, man, of TNT power.
You know, it's like 1,000 times. The ones in Japan is like, well, the new ones now are like 100 or 1,000 times greater than what those shits were.
Yep. So what happened in Nagasaki and Hiroshima is nothing compared to what one warhead can do nowadays. You got one warhead from Russia, or that Satan 2 can destroy the whole state of Texas. That's one warhead. Imagine when 200 million warheads are flying through the sky, man.
Or you could say France. You could destroy France in this one. That is ungodly, man. But these things exist on the earth. They're here on the earth. They exist. Some man thought of it. They built them. They built a whole bunch of them, thousands of them. All right, and they're gonna let them loose on people. But the Lord is gonna what? He's gonna save certain men off the earth.
You know, I was gonna say that's why he says in 1 hour this place is gonna be destroyed. It took hundreds of years to build this place, and then literally at a snap, everything you see is gonna turn to dust. You know?
Hey, you gotta think the Most High is the creator, right? Yep. So all these, the scriptures say the elements shall melt with fervent heat. So only the Most High has that knowledge to take all these elements that He created and turn it just to straight just.
Because that's what it is. It's a chemical reaction.
Yeah.
And remember, fire. What is fire? Fire is elements, different elements together, making a chemical reaction. Okay. Fire is what? Oxygen. Okay, and other chemicals to make it. Man, I was doing something earlier. I was lighting the Palo Santo in my house, man, and I was just watching as it, the fire was going down, bro. It was mind blowing. The fire would like. You just gotta see it, man. Yeah, I don't know how to explain it, man. This shit was crazy. It was like here was the Palo Santo, and the fire was on there burning, and then as the fire was dying, it would get smaller and smaller, and then it would like come up here, not even touching the wood, but still on fire, and then it would just shrink, and then that's when the smoke come out. Like that's crazy.
That's why you can't even see it's connected.
Yeah, I was like, man, that's the Most High creation right there, man. Fire.
That's a low level of
water.
destruction.
Water is. You gotta think. Water is what? H2O, hydrogen. Two hydrogen and oxygen, man.
Hey, that's how they get the hydrogen bomb. Really, you take away the oxygen. Like you got what they call you can drive cars like goddamn hydrogen
but it's highly explosive.
That's where they get the combustion from. By taking the oxygen away, you just left with the hydrogen. They just set the hydrogen on fire, man.
A byproduct of every single car, any combustion car, a byproduct is what? H2O. You see water in the morning coming out of your tailpipe because it's a byproduct, man. And that's what the Lord's gonna do. He's gonna create a combustion, so to say.
A chain reaction.
Chain reaction.
Fire.
And then the scripture tells you, Peter, that it's gonna melt the elements themselves, man. Because he's gonna bring it down to the nucleus, man. Because what are elements made of? Those atoms, different atoms. You got the table of elements. Mm-hmm. You got 1, 2, hydrogen's 1. And so on and so on. What is that? Talking about the atoms, so to say, the different nucleuses, neutrons, protons. Yeah. Man, the Most High is gonna get down to the neutrons, protons, electrons, and to utterly
destroy
melt the elements.
That's
man.
right, bro.
What can make elements melt, man? It's nuclear. Like brother was saying, the nuclear fission, all right, nuclear weapons,
chain reaction,
weapons of mass destruction.
You destroy something, but to the molecular level form, then you're destroying it. It's gone.
It's gone. Not to say real fast, that just shows you the balance of the Most High. This oxygen is what causes these reactions. Oxygen is what ultimate giver of life.
It's the catalyst.
Exactly, and with oxygen you give life, and the same thing, oxygen you bring death. Without oxygen, this nuclear missile would not be able to ignite. Without oxygen, you can't even breathe.
Because oxygen, what? Oxygen makes water, fire. You breathe. You can breathe.
You can't have a reaction without oxygen.
Hey, that's why the Most High is likened unto like the wind. He exists. You don't see the wind, but you see it.
But you feel it.
You see the effects of it.
That's the Most High, bro.
Same thing.
That's why he likened the spirit unto the breath, man.
Yeah, exactly.
To and fro.
That's right. Have oxygen is essential.
Yeah, that's how you suffocate. It's the lack of oxygen. Because you can breathe, but if there's no oxygen in the air, you suffocate.
Or you can have too much oxygen and die.
Too much? Yep.
Yeah, you can actually die if you have too much oxygen in your blood, you can die from that shit.
That's what oxygen causes decomposure. If you leave food out too long, because the oxygen gets into it, it decomposes. And too much oxygen, like the brother said,
too much of anything is bad for you, man.
That's why it's too much.
And that's why your body doesn't breathe in pure oxygen. It breathes in nitrogen, oxygen, hydrogen, all the elements. But what? They use mainly oxygen to carry through the lungs and to your blood, Which is not to go off topic, but just showing the amazingness of how these nuclear missiles are gonna destroy this place. Because what? The Lord, like we and this brother were just talking, the Lord, there ain't no way you can create this without heavenly inspiration, man. Because like the brother brought out, what if something would have went wrong? You got one shot. They figured it was inspired by the Most High, man.
Hey, you done lost all your tests and all your documents. You've been studying this shit for so long. You in the building. You fuck around and fuck up one time. The whole building and everything around you is gone. So like, well, we're gonna try this shit again, but we gotta start from the beginning.
All the scientists
lost
dead.
All the shit we had, man.
I gotta get new scientists.
Hey, but Esau's a devil. He's a mad scientist. I remember before they dropped the atomic bombs, they had said, I wasn't there, but this is put on record. They said that they didn't know if it was going to continue to make a chain reaction. They didn't know what was going to happen, but they did it anyway.
Yeah, they said it was going to ignite the atmosphere and the whole atmosphere will catch fire.
They're dying to do it.
They did it anyway.
They have to do
it twice just to make sure their theory was correct.
Yeah, it works. Yeah, it works. But yeah, let's get back to scriptures.
Con, it says, I'm going to read verse 25. Job 20, verse 25. It is drawn and cometh out of the body. Yea, the glittering sword cometh out of his gall. Terrors are upon him. All darkness shall be hid in his secret places. A fire not blown shall consume him. It shall go ill with him that is left in his tabernacle.
It shall go what with him? Ill with him?
Ill.
Meaning bad.
Yeah.
Thanks, Sam, clean that.
When you ill, you feeling bad. Ill. Yeah.
It shall be ill with you, man.
You know?
Yeah, death, man, fiery death. This is the future of America and the future of majority of this planet Earth. Okay, that's why it's gonna have to be built back up in righteousness.
That's right.
All right. That's why we look forward to the kingdom of heaven.
New heavens.
You know, some of you want to get real quick. You gonna get another scripture?
Yeah. Well, I was gonna get something.
I was gonna say get Isaiah 2 and 2. Isaiah 2 and 2 and 3, possibly 4. Because yeah, man, we're looking for peace, man. All this that's going on out here is gonna happen, and you're getting the warning, and you know what you need to do.
You got it.
If you don't know what you need to do, then you need to rewatch some of these videos, because you're getting the example. Go ahead, bro.
This is Isaiah chapter 2, verse 2. That's what you want?
Yeah.
It says, and it shall come to pass in the last days that the mountain of Yahweh's house shall be established in the top of the mountains, and shall be exalted above the hills, and all nations shall flow into it.
Right, that's talking about Israel. All right, when we're putting up perfection, and all the other nations are gonna flow onto us. Read on to next.
Verse 3, and many people shall go and say, come ye, let us go up to the mountain of the house of Yahweh, to the house of the Most High of Jacob, or the power of Jacob, and he will teach us of his ways, and we will walk in his paths. For out of Zion shall go forth the law and the word of Yahweh from Jerusalem.
Read on a little bit more. That's a point.
Verse 4, and he shall judge among the nations, and shall rebuke many people, and they shall beat their swords and the plowshares and their spears and the pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore.
Yeah, all that's gonna be done away with. All that war and all this fighting and all this bullshit as you see going on the news right now. Once it happens, that's what they call
the war to end all wars.
The water.
Yep. World War III.
There's gonna be no more of that. Okay. There's gonna be no need for weapons of mass destruction. No need for guns. No need for any of that.
There's nothing to do with us. We're not included there.
No, you're right.
You're not on this chart.
Well, you know,
this sign's for you. That sign's for you.
This is your sign.
As I know, from what I can see from Scripture, is Jesus Christ loves all people.
What does Jesus mean?
Wait, him right?
Excuse me?
What does Jesus mean?
Devil?
You talking about him?
What is the word
Talking
Jesus
about this guy?
No, I'm not talking about. I'm talking about my Lord and Savior, the one who died on the cross to save my sins.
What does he look like?
I don't know. Right now, do you want to know?
Yeah.
It's described in Revelation.
Yeah.
If you look at it.
Like?
Okay.
So you acknowledge that this ain't him, right? That's not Jesus.
Yeah, that's what it's
This
described
would
in
be a
Revelation.
closer depiction, right?
No.
Well, you can't read this.
So
Because
Jesus was Jewish. Jesus was Jewish. He had olive skin.
Listen.
He had probably had brown eyes and curly hair.
What color are olives? You got green olives and what?
Black.
So what's your point?
What's your point?
He's not
I
white guy.
asked you a question.
Okay, what?
I asked you a question. Does he look? First, I asked you, did he look like that? You said no.
No.
And then we asked you, does he look like this?
No.
So what does he look like then?
I've never met him. I've never met him face to face.
But you just quoted the scripture. What tells you what it looks like, right?
He's in my heart.
Okay. Well, you said his name was Jesus.
Yeah.
What does Jesus mean?
That's it's a Greek derivation of Joshua,
what's the proper
which
way to
means
say
the
it?
Lord our Savior.
No.
Yes,
Close,
Jehovah our Savior.
Close. There's no J in the Hebrew, right? He was a Hebrew.
So what's
he a Hebrew?
what's
Yes
your
or no?
point? What's your point?
I'm getting to it. I answered the question
good,
though. He was a Hebrew, right?
Get to your point.
You said he was Jewish?
Get to your point.
I'm getting there. All right, well, let's get to the point. He was a so-called so-called Negro, as you see today.
No,
all right. He was
I
from the tribe of Judah.
Okay,
all right.
so
He's
he
coming
was.
back to save these people, and then anybody
Okay,
not
so
on the
he's
side is
not-
going
so
into
he's
slavery.
not-
That's
right.
You asked me to get to the point. That's the point. He's coming back.
That's
to
right.
save you devils.
He's not-
That's what he's coming back to do. And
That's
he
right.
looks like a so-called Negro.
Wow,
That's what he's coming back.
you guys
and
are
this
so
devil-
off
and this
base.
Let's get the
devil right
scripture.
here-
Sorry.
Revelation
and this-
I'm sorry,
that's-
honestly,
that's the
you
point
guys
about
are
that, man.
racists.
You're-
You are the racists.
And you're going into slavery. How about that?
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you
I've
are.
right.
given my life
Let's
to
see what the
Jesus.
Bible-
Are you
You
going to
just
stop
judged
yelling?
Are you a Christian?
Yes, I am.
What does the word Christian mean?
Follower of Christ.
Good. What does the word Christian go back to, though? What does the word Christian mean?
It's a little Christ.
No, what
That's
does the word
because they were
Christ?
first-
All right,
they were
what does the word
first-
Christ
let me
mean?
finish.
What's the word Christ mean? It's a simple
Messiah.
No, what is the word? The actual word Christ.
It does.
What does the word Christ mean?
It's anointed one.
Good. So, who are the anointed ones?
Those who believe in Jesus
Who were the
Christ.
first ones called Christians? Brother,
That was in Antioch.
Right,
But
well,
who?
you know it.
Who
The
were-
Jews.
Okay, so there you go. These are the true Christians. You ain't no Christians. They're so old. You ain't no Christian, man. Get that.
Please let me say,
Go ahead.
the only thing I can say, look at me, I'm
Esau, you know you
Skip Revelation 13.
Look at me, I'm talking.
I'm looking right at you. Hold on, we gonna get because you said you're a Christian, so you believe in the Bible.
Listening to me.
Because you don't even have a Bible in your hands. Let's see what the Bible says.
Give me a
This is
Bible.
Revelation. What you doing, bro? Exactly, man.
That's how you get knocked the fuck out.
Go ahead, read it.
This is Revelation chapter 13, verse 10. He that leadeth into captivity
shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. That's right. That's right.
So what the Bible just said.
That's right.
That he that leadeth
I
into
have
captivity
lived
shall
in
go into captivity.
That's right.
So who led the
because
so-called
I was-
Negroes,
Shalom, Mayim.
Latinos, and
Jesus
Native
Shalom, bro.
Americans?
took
Oh,
my life.
that's right.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ
What
gave
happened?
me
Hey,
we did this.
salvation
Give me that
through
sign
the
on your
cross
foot. The
because
so-called
I
Negroes,
believe-
Latinos, and
because
Native
I
Americans
believe in Him.
were brought into
Because I believe
captivity
in Him controlling my life.
via
And
the
these
so-called
people
white
here,
man. So as the
they're
Bible
my
said,
brothers.
they gotta go with eight.
They're my
Hey,
Oh, you straight? Oh, you almost got your shit knocked, boy. What was that?
One point he said that he was in slavery in his spirit and his soul. We was in slavery in our spirit and our soul. That's why we lost. But we physically over here in goddamn chains, bro. That's how the fuck we got over here. Goddamn it. Like we fit the prophecy. So not only are we destroyed in our spirit, but we physically came in this bitch in captivity. You motherfuckers up under y'all.
That's right.
And the scriptures say y'all about to be our heathens. Goddamn it, y'all going into slavery.
That's right.
Read that again and somebody get Isaiah 14.
Hey, Con, and we not out here to be entertained, man.
Isaiah 14.
All this edification coming out. Then when some shit happen, people want to start coming out. We're not out to be entertained, man.
Yeah, but
Bro,
you see Esau,
fucking hate
the
that
devil.
shit, man.
You know, when facts come out, when we tell them how we got here to America, we want to talk about sweet Jesus. They came here with sweet Jesus, man. Christopher Columbus came over here with sweet Jesus.
Yeah, we came
And what
over
they
here.
do, they put our people in slavery through sweet Jesus, man.
On the sweet Jesus.
Yeah,
Sweet
man.
baby Jesus. That was
Okay.
one of the
Good
name of the
ship.
slave ships.
Sir John
goddamn it.
Hawkins.
Go ahead.
This is Revelation chapter 13, verse 10. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity.
All right, so who put our people in captivity? So-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. The self-proclaimed white man. He put us in captivity. So according to the Bible, it said they that lead into captivity must go into captivity, man.
That's right.
So according to the Heavenly Father, the people that put us in captivity, slavery, now they got to go into slavery.
That's right.
Thus saith the Lord. Go ahead.
It says, and he that kills with the sword must be killed with the sword.
Christopher Columbus came over here and butchered millions of our people. All right, the English, the French, the Spanish, they came over here to butcher our people, man. All right, through the sword. All right, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, whether you want to believe it or not.
That's right.
The so-called white man's going into slavery. All right, for all the atrocities he's committed unto the apple of the Most High's eye, man. All right, the children of Israel. And it don't matter if they agree with it. It don't matter if our own people agree with it. It's gonna happen. We're reading it out of the Bible.
That's right.
Go ahead, get down, Isaiah.
Come on, Isaiah, you said 14 and get one.
Start at 2. You started at 2.
All right, this is Isaiah 14 and 2. It says, and the people shall take them and bring them to their place.
Yep. That's talking about these heathens gonna bring us to, they're gonna be carrying us on their backs, man. You see these movies where the Israelites are being, or the people are being carried, you know, one person carried by 8 people. Go ahead.
Yep.
And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord.
That's right. We're going to possess them. Who? The heathen, man.
That's right.
We're going to possess them. When you possess something, that's your property, man. All right? That's called slavery.
That's right, bro.
That's called oppression. And it's going to be righteous oppression, man. Righteous captivity. Go ahead.
And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids.
Servants and handmaids, man. These heathens are going to be our servants and handmaids. They're men, women, and children. Go ahead.
And they shall take them captives, whose captives they were.
We're going to take them captives, whose captives they were, man. So the people that had us captive are going to go captive. Pursuant to Revelation 13, man.
That's right.
All right? They that lead into captivity shall go into captivity, man. So we're going to take them captive whose captives they were, man. We're captive to this day.
Right,
to this day, we still in the hand of our oppressors, man. To this day, they still telling us what we can and can't do, man. And we're going to be captive. We're going to have them captives now, man. It's going to be a flip a table, so to say. Go ahead.
And they shall rule over their oppressor.
Yep, so we're going to rule over oppressors, man. Plain and simple, man. We're going to rule over our oppressors, these devils right here, beginning with the elite, man. Beginning with these devils that rule the earth. We're going to rule over them because the average the average so-called white man don't know what the hell is going on. Our true oppressors are living it up while you out here living paycheck to paycheck.
That's right.
Our true oppressors are the elites of this world, man. The so-called, what they call them, Illuminati,
yep.
All right? The Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, the Gettys, the DuPonts, the Bushes, the Kennedys.
Yep. Oppenheimers.
The Oppenheimers, yep. Man. They the ones living it up. They're the ones gonna be the first fruit of slavery,
That's
man.
right.
They're going into captivity first and foremost. And then a Joe Schmo like that, man, he gonna be born into captivity, man. Cause that dude's gonna die here in America, man. Like we talked about the missiles, he gonna be food for the missiles, man. Nope.
I got a piece of it.
Go ahead, you done with that. This is Jeremiah 30:16. Therefore, all that devoured thee shall be devoured.
Yeah, how did they devour us, man? First and foremost, by taking the heritage from us, identifying as us, identity theft, okay? All right, devouring us by setting up poison, giving us drugs, giving us these false philosophies, these wayward doctrines, just bugging our people out, man. That's how they devoured us, man, through slavery. All right, and now it's even worse because they got our people are in mental slavery, man.
Wine.
Yep. The wine and the fornication, man.
Yep.
That philosophy, man. Go ahead.
It says, therefore all that devoured thee shall be devoured, and all thy adversaries, every one of them, shall go into captivity.
That's right. So all our adversaries, not just the Edomites, but the Ishmaelites, yep. The Moabites, the Ammonites, yep. All right, the Hamites, the Japhites,
Elamites,
yep. all the mites, man. They all going into captivity.
That's
man.
right.
They all going to be in subjection to the Lord's people, man. Because what? We're going to be over them, man. The Lord's going to be our king, and guess what? We're going to be over you, all you people, man. Go ahead.
And they that spoil thee shall be a spoil.
Yeah, how do they spoil us, man? Taking all our goods, taking our lands, taking our spirit, beating the spirit out of us, man, taking our nationality. All right, and throughout history. All these damn heathens, man. They're gonna be spoiled. Now it's time to spoil them. Everything that they've been storing up is gonna be spoiled, man. All the resources of the earth, the gold, the silver, all right? They're women. They call it booty, man.
Yep.
That booty goes back to spoils of war.
Yep.
And guess what? The booties are gonna actually be booty in that day, man. Cause we're gonna take the fine wine and them dimes, you know?
That's right. That's right.
Go ahead.
It says, and all that prey upon thee will I give for a prey.
And all that prey upon us is gonna be for a prey, man. So all these people that have been preying upon us, the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native Americans, the one that have been oppressing us for 500 plus years throughout the millenniums, man. From the Greeks, the Romans, all right, the medieval Persian Empire, the Assyrians, the Babylonians, the Egyptians. All of them is gonna be for a prey now because what? They preyed upon us, man.
I got something for you.
Go ahead, we'll close out.
Okay. This is the book of Job, chapter 27, verse 16.
Yep.
It says, though he heap up silver as the dust and prepare raiment as the clay, he may prepare it, but the just shall put it on.
That's right, man. All the, you know, what they call it, Fort Knox, where they supposedly took all the gold, which we know where that gold ended up, in the hands of the elites. All right, all these things they're storing up, man, we can't even imagine what they got stored up. Guess what? Who's gonna put it on, man? Yahweh Hashem Yahushua and his elect, man, beginning with them, and then ultimately the whole nation of Israel. All right, but all this, the resources of the earth is for us. All right, the ones you call niggas, spicks, and tontos. All right, everything you see is for us, made for us, by us, man. How about that?
That's right.
Made by us, for us. Yeah, for us, by us, man.
That's right.
Go ahead.
Job 27 verse 17. He may prepare it, but the just shall put it on, and the innocent shall divide the silver.
That's right. We're gonna divide the silver, man. That the spoil. We gonna take that, man. That's for us. That's why the Lord got them gathering all these resources, man. Silver, gold, precious, all manner of precious stones, man. Marble, all the nice resources of the earth, man. They what they call it, hoarder in it. Yeah, kind. Because the average, you might have an Edomite with some marble countertops or some shit. You know, some gold toilet seats. Hey, but that's nothing compared to what the elite got stored up, man.
Solomon showed you that. Gold, everything.
All gold. And like Trinidad James said, man, gold all in my watch.
Yep.
Don't believe me, just watch it.
Yep.
And you heathens gonna see, man.
That's right.
Solomon's kingdom gonna be continued. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was
Thine
discontinued.
eye shall
It's gonna
see.
continue because he said I will set up his kingdom forever.
Yeah, it was just
right?
It was just
on pause. That's right.
Yeah, it was just
You know?
pause.
That's right, bro.
So what? Solomon, which Yahushua
Yep.
is coming back
Halftime.
to restore that forever kingdom.
Say halftime. That's right, bro.
You know what I mean?
That's right.
Quick intermission.
So with that, man, you know.
I got
I think so.
Yeah,
Halftime,
talking
baby.
about all that gold that they hoarded and where it's gonna go. This is real quick. Psalms 2 and 8. Ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thy inheritance, and the uttermost parts of the earth for thy possession.
That's right.
Hey, like a wise man told me, the brother Dawada, he said the greatest resource is people.
Human
Because you get
resource.
the people to go out and pick the gold and to pick up the resource.
That's right.
Yeah, the
So
gold
all
ain't
you
gonna
need
pick
is,
itself.
yeah, exactly. All you need is people.
That's why the Lord said the people, you was gonna get the people first, and then the uttermost parts of the earth, man. So
right.
we're gonna get these people, then they're gonna give us all these damn resources, man.
That's
They
right.
going over here grabbing up all this shit, man. You can read in Isaiah 60, I believe, about how they're gonna be building up our kingdoms
That's
and
right.
shit like that, man.
Gates
And
open.
it's an inheritance.
Yep.
An inheritance is something you own. It's gonna be given unto you. That's why we're joint heirs with the Lord, man.
That's right, bro.
Passed down.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
right. That's right.
So, you know, with that, Lord's will, this is edifying to you sincere brothers out there, pushing out the word, true sincerity. Shalom to everybody and that faithfully believe in Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Shalom.
Shalom.